Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, West Australians, South Australians, our live stream viewers across the world, and of course our ninjas. After 2 long years, October 2021 is finally upon us. With grueling qualifiers all across Australia and lockdowns unfortunately in our eastern states, we are down to WA and South Australia's top 42 competitors who have assembled here in WA at the Ninja Academy in Osborne Park. Without further ado, everyone, I give you the 2020 to 2021 Ninja Challenge League Finals. I am one of your hosts, Jack Anderson, and join with me in the commentary box is Ninja legend Tom Garnett.
All right, before we get started today, everyone, we've got to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Aussie Grip, for making this event possible. Aussie Grip is one of the leading companies in the world for making the Ninja Warrior and, of course, the rock climbing grips that so many of our athletes use for training. Many of these crazy grips throughout this course have been kindly donated by Aussie Grip, as well as the cash prizes that are up for grabs over this 2-day tournament.
So, for those listeners tuning in for the first time and those people who are amongst us that are first-timers, the Ninja Challenger League Finals brings together the top competitors across Australia and the world to compete in 3 grueling stages. Ninjas will start at stage 1, and if at any point a competitor falls off an obstacle or is disqualified, they will be eliminated from the competition. If they successfully complete stage 1, they will move on to stage 2, and if they successfully complete stage 2, they will move on to stage 3.
If a competitor can successfully complete all 3 stages in the fastest time, they will have total victory of the competition and walk away with a whopping $3,000 cash prize, along with the title of the last standing ninja for 2020 and 2021 season. It is important to note that in the last 5 years of finals, there is yet to be a ninja who has completed all 3 stages, but this year could definitely be the year we see our first victor.
Definitely some strong ninjas amongst us. But in the case that no ninja claims total victory, it will come down to the ninja who makes it furthest in the fastest time, and they will be crowned our last ninja standing. The last ninja standing will take home a cash prize of $750, along with the title of last ninja standing for 2020 and the 2021 season. Finally, we have both male and female ninjas, so individual awards will be given for our last male ninja standing and our last female ninja standing, and both, again, will receive $750 in cash prizes.
After the conclusion of the finals, we have an exciting, never-seen-before event. This is, of course, the Australian Ninja Open, which brings together the top 30 ninjas of the tournament to compete in a team format round-robin tournament. But more on this later.
Now, enough talking. Let's take a look at stage 1. Stage 1 is a speed run, Tommy. 2 minutes on the clock, and we can see our great competitor here, Griffin, flying through the Sonic steps and now onto the Domino run. Both straightforward, easy obstacles.
This, of course, brings us on to our bungee alley. This is the first daunting forearm obstacle of the day, which brings us on to the pipes.
Yeah, the spinning bars, 100% a second forearm burner. Those bars do rotate, so it's super important to factor those in. Griff, of course, one of our top ninjas, making light work of that obstacle. And then next up, we have the infamous balance push. This is a new obstacle never seen before, where the ninja will have to roll along a wheel and then push a block. And they can push it as far as they'd like, and they want to get it as close as they can to the dismount platform, because once they step onto that black box, they must dismount onto the red platform. That is going to be an interesting one.
Don't fall too soon. And of course, next up, we are on to our UFO catch, which is going to be grueling on those forearms, to say the least, which then brings us on to the punching bag pull, where you have to pull in the punching bag and then mount it and carry it to the rest of the way to the other side of the platform.
Yeah, and then finally we can see Griff going up our small warped wall and up to the buzzer, and you have 2 minutes on the clock, and I think we're going to see some close calls today with some of our top ninjas.
Beautiful. Now it is time to throw the microphone over to Mark, who is going to introduce us. Give us a warm welcome for Mark.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. I just want to, before we get too far into it, I want to again shout out all the ninjas across Australia who couldn't be here, who supported the league this year. We can't wait to have you back in 2022. We're all going to do our best to try and put on a great show for you guys who are watching from home and everyone here in the building. Now, all of you who are in the building, we don't have any music playing because we're live streaming, so we're going to have all the energy up for the competitors. Really yell your hearts out and cheer for them. And let's have a really great time. Thanks, everybody.
I think it's about time that we get underway with our first competitor, Ellie Jones.
Give a big, warm round of applause for Ellie Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started.
All right, Tom, as we were saying before, this is going to be our first chance to get a look at these obstacles, and Ellie is going to be taking on the Sonic Steps.
All right, here we go. We've got 2 minutes on the clock, straight into the steps.
Oh my! An early exit already.
Oh my goodness. So that is our first early exit.
100%. Absolutely devastating to see there.
It is, and at the end of the day, it shows that even the steps can take people out.
100%. I mean, Ellie was a great ninja, and I'm sure, but she's going to be back next year, which is going to be fantastic. And I'm sure she's going to learn from her mistakes. The Sonic Steps are something that we've never seen before, so definitely a tricky one.
Now,
next up, we have Daniel Ball, 28 years of age. Give a warm welcome for Daniel. Now, Daniel is another first finals appearance, Tom.
calls himself the CF Ninja, of course, because of his cystic fibrosis. He's one of our inspirations.
100%. Daniel is such a great bloke, and I think he's going to do a great job on this course.
We're on the domino steps for the first time. Look at that, we've made it through. And that is the first time we're seeing this obstacle in action where it's exciting.
It's got my heart racing, Tommy, looking at that one.
It definitely has. And we are straight onto our force forearm burner for the day, of course. That is the bungee grips, and we're straight into it. So you've got the bananas and you've got the cannonballs there.
Yeah, this bungee alley is a forearm burner, 100%. And you got to watch the feet on the water. You know that you can get DQ'd there if you're not careful. But Daniel's having no problems whatsoever through this one.
Straight through, and we're not seeing any skips so far today. I'm sure we're going to be seeing some more of them coming out later in the competition. But we are now on to the spinning bars. So this, of course, involves the pipes and the spinning bars, as we've addressed.
Yes.
Earlier in the day.
1 minute on the clock. We have no clue what time frames Daniel needs to be going for here, but he's looking good, and this is looking so strong. These hoops are not easy. And you can see the crowd cheering him on, and he's through.
The crowd is rooting for him. It's so good, and he's made it through. And we are seeing the push for the first time.
Yeah, this is a combination of balance and leg strength. You need to find the perfect balance on this wheel. And this wheel rotates like crazy. So if you make one move forward or one move back, you're going to be coming off here. So it'll be interesting to see. I am conscious of the time here. He does have 34 seconds on the clock.
I was noticing that as well, Jack. 30 seconds on the clock. You can make a lot happen, but you've also got to remember, you don't want to leave the box jump till too late. You don't want to push it all the way. You want to make sure you can do it at a comfortable distance for yourself.
Well, Daniel is looking comfortable on this box jump here.
He is straight over. Look at that.
He's onto the space jam.
The UFO, this is where it all comes down to.
Can he make the transition? This is the big one here. He's got to stick this landing. Come on, Daniel. Yes, he sticks the transition.
He has, and we've seen him practice for that move. He has.
And our first time on the punching pool here. He's going to be flying through.
Lovely effort. Come on, Dan. Come on, mate. Come on, hold on tight. Oh. He's made it straight up the wall.
But it looks like we've run out of time, Tommy.
Oh, we have. That's unfortunate. At the end of the day, we've got a little bit of a time thing, so you know we're going to have to get over that. But he didn't make it today, Jack.
You know what a great effort. I mean, it's his first NCL Finals coming through here, and I mean he should be so proud of that effort. You don't see the course. He's the second competitor up, and to try and go all the way like that, I think a lot of the other ninjas are going to take a lot from that course and try and adapt it to their running schedule and figure out what is the fastest time and how can they get through that as quickly as possible. Tommy, this is exciting.
I am excited, Jack. We've seen our first near completion of the day. We know that the obstacles are happening now, and ninjas have seen them in operation, which is going to be a very good thing for the next runs to come. That
UFO, I mean, in Space Jam, what a difficult one. I mean, to be able to stick that transition on the Space Jam is such a tricky one because you're just holding onto a UFO there, and that's a 2-meter lâché. So for Daniel to pull that one off, be the first ninja through to that, is super, super exciting. And I'm really excited to see if we can see our first Stage 1 finisher in the next few runs.
And we've seen him practicing this obstacle as well, of course, Jack. It's been a big one in some past qualifiers, and we're gonna see it come back into play.
Yeah. But next up, we have Chad Aziz, one of our youngest competitors here today. I'm super excited to see him take on the course. Everyone, Chad Aziz!
Right, here we go. This is our first young competitor. As mentioned before, we are excited, and we're straight back into the steps. Once again, I'm going to say it right now. The steps, I think, let's have a look. Straight in.
Yeah.
Look, light work.
There's a difference. And I'll tell you what, you know what's great about Chad? He won the teens division for the NCL Youth Finals in 2019. So this guy is good. He is one of the best youth competitors in Australia. He went to the NNL Worlds as well, did a fantastic job there, and you can see he's got upper body strength for days.
One of the up-and-comers, to say the least. And look, you can see it right now. He's made light work through the spinning bar obstacle, of course, now coming up to the push in 1 minute 30 still on the clock, Jack.
Wow.
It's good time. It's very good timing.
Chad is absolutely flying through this obstacle here, but balance is known to take people out, so let's see how Chad handles this one.
Sometimes slow and steady wins the pace on the balance.
100%.
He's done it quickly anyway, straight onto the UFO.
This is the big one here. He's got to stick this transition. Come on, Chad. Oh, that was so good.
It was good. It was close, though. It was close. We saw some finger slip, but he made it in the end. He got
100%. And he's got 55 seconds on the clock. I mean, Chad's going to go all the way here, I think. We're going to see our first NCL Finals Stage 1 finisher.
And look, straight onto the punching bag. He's up a lot higher than some of our previous competitors.
And he's up the small warped wall with 40 seconds on the clock, and he's going to hit that buzzer.
That's our first Stage 1 qualified. That's perfect. That is absolutely brilliant.
Third one in the day, and we're already seeing a Stage 1 finisher. That's got to be a new record. That is such a great effort, and Chad is the man to do it.
And hopefully more to come.
100%.
Hopefully plenty more of that to come.
You can see he had a massive crowd behind him, so much pressure, but he dealt with it, and we're going to see him in Stage 2.
We are. Now, just quickly on the UFO, I'd like to take you there. It was a near miss, but it was controlled. Now, that obstacle is potentially going to be what takes out a couple of our competitors today. We've seen it in the qualifiers. We've seen it take out people, especially when your forearms are burning a little bit from the previous spinning pipes, and obviously our bungee alley.
Yeah.
It has the potential to do a lot of damage late in the run, but
and
so
the clock.
Far, and
the clock adds to the pressure of it, which we cannot forget.
When you're rushing at the end of the day and you get to an obstacle like that, it's easy to misjudge the amount of swings you have to do and etc. So we'll see what happens with further competitors there.
Yeah, and I think something I'm really excited to see is later in the day is if our top ninjas, if anyone manages to link it with a no lâcher. Some of our top ninjas are definitely capable of doing that. And, you know, I think a sub-minute time is definitely possible here. We saw Chad clock that in 42 seconds left. So who knows? I think if someone really puts on the burners here, learns from the mistakes of the other competitors, we could see a sub-minute time. Well, next up, we have Ryder Coleman. Everyone put your hands together.
So this is Ryder, of course, one of our other younger competitors. Ryder is our first NCL Finals appearance.
He's making his first appearance, Tommy.
That's what I was trying to get out of my mouth. We got there anyway.
But he's looking very capable on the Sonic steps here, flying through those and onto the domino run. I mean, what a fantastic effort through those first two obstacles. 10 seconds in, we're already 2 down, and he's assessing the bungee alley, figuring out his approach here. And it looks like he's going to be going for those skips. No.
Nope, not quite. Not quite for the skips.
Oh, now we're seeing it coming out.
There we go. Look at that. The build-up in confidence on the second part of the obstacle. That's perfect. Now, just like to mention very quickly, he did qualify in our number 8 qualifier in WA down at Albany, Albany's training facility. That's
so good, yeah. Owned by Sam Goodall, Albany Indoor Adventures. He didn't hit the buzzer, unfortunately, but today could be the day that he hits his first buzzer, and he's got 1 minute 17 on the clock here. This is definitely
what we're looking at currently, it is very doable, Jack, and now we're, of course, onto the rolling push. Let's see how we can do here.
And fun fact about him, he's only 15 years old, and he's competing in the adult league. How crazy is that? And he is showing us that age is just a number, and he can fly through the course just like any other veteran ninja.
The inspiration at the end of the day is basically he's going to be coming up against some of our best adult competitors as well, and at this young age of 15, getting that kind of experience to come up across people like Cam Reading, Matt Bowles and stuff like that, it's excellent.
Now my heart sinks every single time we get to this one. Can Ryder pull it off? I think he can. Come on.
Most certainly. Look, mate,
Yes.
he had the height as well. At the end of the day, this is all about height, this one.
And he lashes straight onto that star. And he's got 30 seconds on the clock, Tommy. This could be a close one.
I think it'll be a close one, but he definitely has plenty of time still if he keeps cool, calm, and collected.
He's just got to ride that back. Happy days. 15 seconds on the clock, Tommy, and we're going to see a back-to-back finish.
That is that's his first buzzer ever, and what a great time to get it in, obviously, stage 1 of the NCL Finals. That was perfect.
This is crazy. 2 people through stage 1 already, and not only that, but 2 of our youngest competitors showing us that they are here to compete. They're here to show up our Ninja veterans who have been training here for years.
At the end of the day, younger and younger people are coming into this competition, and when you start young at something like this, you're obviously going to have a lot more experience going into your more senior years in the ninja community.
100%. This is really interesting. Looking at stage 1, I thought for sure it was going to take a while to see our first few finishes through the gate, but maybe it's these young guns. These guys are flying through. They're showing us what they're good at, and who knows? Maybe we could have our first really young winner of the comp.
As I was saying earlier today, Jack, I reckon it is the day of the underdogs. I reckon we're going to be seeing a lot of those newer competitors come up and spread their wings and show us what they've really got.
I love that, Tommy.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm really hopeful for someone to, just one of the underdogs to really come through here. So, can't wait to see what these guys pull off.
All right, so yeah, just looking at that, we've also seen another UFO pass just there. I did mention during that run about the forearm absorption. Basically, if you're going for that UFO and you catch it up high, you're going to have a lot more room to really drop back into it and actually absorb your catch. So going forward, especially all you ninjas watching at home, this is one that you can really take away from this UFO catch.
Oh, 100%. Well, next up, we have one of our South Australian competitors, Jobie Wright. Now, Jobie is yet another one of our younger ninjas, 16 years of age, making his first NCL Finals appearance as well.
Now, he is from South Australia. I'd like to mention that very quickly. So, ooh.
That was close, but I think he's through.
It was a stumble. Oh.
Wow, we're seeing back-to-back.
Stumbles happen, but it's about how you regroup from them, Jack, and he's done that very nicely, straight back up onto Bungee Alley.
And let's see how Jobie goes through this one. He's looking good. I think he's recomposed himself. He knows what he's got to do now coming into these forearm obstacles.
There we go, straight through now onto our spinning bars. Now, as I was saying before, Jack, he has come from South Australia, so he's been training over that way, and obviously coming over here, it shows a lot of commitment coming over here. It shows a lot of confidence. It does, and he certainly has confidence looking at this run so far.
I mean, 1:15 on the clock, and he's already at the balance, and this is so exciting. We haven't seen anyone fall on this balance wheel yet, which is interesting. It's definitely going to take out some of our ninjas, and he's taking a nice slow approach here.
Yes, he is. Here we go. There we go. We're approaching the block now. Let's see how he handles this. A more slow and steady approach on this, but as I was saying earlier, sometimes slow and steady on balance does win the race at the end of the day. Because
100%.
It's going to get you through no matter what if you keep composed.
And he's looking confident. He's got his pace well set, and he's going to be looking to get off this obstacle. And he's got the dismount.
He's only got 30 seconds on the clock, though.
But I think he can do it.
He can. Here's the UFO. Let's see.
He's got the capacity here. And he sticks the landing. He's onto the bag with 15 seconds on the clock, Tommy. He's going to have to fly through this punching bag. This is going to be a close one. We can hear the buzzer going off.
Oh, no.
And he's got 5. Come on. This is going to be a close one. Is he going to get it?
Oh, he has.
And
I take my words back, Jack. He has made it straight up that warp wall. We were worried, but he got there. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Jobie Wright, another young competitor coming through and finishing stage 1.
Indeed, and I'd just like to mention once again, he is from South Australia. We did have a graphic on the screen which showed Western Australia,
yes,
but he is from South Australia. We have to confirm that with our viewers.
100%. Got to love the interstate competitors who come over here for such a fantastic event.
They're partly what makes this competition, Jack. The people that we can get in from interstate is what makes this really big. It keeps it national, and it shows that Australia has some of the best ninjas.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. I mean, we've got 42 competitors, and notoriously in the past we've been known to have up to 100 competitors. We've crossed that 100 mark with interstate competitors from New South Wales and Victoria. So I think it's going to be really exciting to have those guys back in future years.
Exactly right.
Well, Tommy, I know we just had a South Australian competitor, but next up, we have a big name in the WA community.
We do. We all know who this person is.
And she's familiar with everyone. Cody Thomas, one of our local heroes, stepping up for stage 1, everyone. Now, Katie is synonymous with Ninja. She works...
She's the face of Ninja, really.
She is the face.
We've all trained with her. All the kids know her.
She is a great mentor for a lot of the kids in the youth.
Oh,
no! Tommy.
We were not expecting that. That's devastating.
Katie is so capable of going so far, but it just goes to show that even on the first obstacle, it can trip up our best ninjas.
But listen to the crowd. At the end of the day, we have such a supportive community down here, and if someone does fall, no matter how early it is, we'll pick them back up because we've got to support each other. These things happen at the end of the day. It can happen to anyone. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. It's just what happens, and it's the life of Ninja.
It's another debut competitor. And I'll tell you what, you have to love these people making their debuts. We're seeing these early competitors. They're definitely stepping onto this course for the first time, stepping onto the big stage and dealing with the nerves.
They are dealing with the nerves. Let's give him a big introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have Daniel Watermann. Let's give a massive round of applause.
Now, Daniel, yet again, 16 years of age. And I'll tell you what, we are seeing these young competitors come through.
There's the pre-chalk that we all love right
100%.
at the beginning.
You need that chalk. Liquid chalk is fantastic for this.
It's crucial, especially in the bungee alley. We'll see that later. It's going to be what sticks you to those obstacles, I can tell you that much.
100%. And the Sonic Step's taken out a few competitors so far. I think Daniel's very capable of getting through this one and going all the way.
Well, let's see how we go here. Straight through the steps.
That's so smooth.
Spring in his step there. He's done it perfectly.
100%.
Dominoes, light work. Once again, we've seen the dominoes.
100%. And now he's onto the upper body stuff.
We're seeing the skip.
Wow.
We are seeing the skip.
That is awesome. And those are far apart. But you can see Daniel's got no hesitation here. It could be a sub-minute time. I don't want to call it early, but he's going very quick and so smooth.
Well, you're seeing the time-saving tactics coming in play here, which is going to be crucial for when you come up to the, of course, this balance push, which is going to be a more time-consuming obstacle, and you can afford to take it a bit slower if you have got that time advantage earlier on.
Yeah, well, Daniel's not taking too much hesitation with this one. He's moving it along now, and we can see he's doing a fantastic job.
Here we go, straight onto the block, making the jump, and he's pushed it to a perfect distance there. But of course, we are now on to Space Jam, our great obstacle involving the UFO, the Star Catch, and then the dismount. And
that is so smooth.
He's flown through it. He might as well have just lashayed from one side to the other, Jack.
I'll tell you what, Tommy. Daniel's never hit a buzzer, and today is going to be his first day. We can see him going up the wall here.
Not only is it his first day, he's hitting this buzzer with 40 seconds on the clock.
Hats off to him. That was a fantastic run, a phenomenal run.
These are competitive times. 40 seconds on the clock is not something you're going to see very often, and we've seen the skips happen, all of the skips, the quick time through the spinning bars, all of these is what's going to make up that time advantage for you.
And what a fantastic effort from Daniel. I think he should be so proud of that, to be stepping up and dealing with the competitive nerves. He's making his debut, but he's showing us why he's one of the top ninjas. I mean, this guy just set a top time. That was crazy fast. And to all the viewers watching at home, just in complete awe of what Daniel has just pulled off.
Exactly. Daniel Watermann, once again, another one of our younger competitors. We're seeing more and more of them come up as it becomes a much more popular sport in Australia and around the world.
Yeah.
We're seeing them. We're seeing them come through our youth division, obviously, which we do host here at the Ninja Academy. They have a big youth division in NCL. And we are seeing some incredible people who, once again, are competitive with all of our with all of our current athletes.
Well, I mean, they're coached by some of the best. Dave Ravi, Cody Thomas, all of these big names. And they're giving them their skills, and then these guys are translating it onto this course. I am so pumped to see them go through stage 2, because just to see a young person go through stage 2 would be phenomenal.
And at the end of the day, when you're coached by the best, you'll be the best. That's how this game works. That's how any game works, really, Jack, and we're excited to see that.
Well, I'm excited to see these guys and what they become in the future. I mean, 16 years of age, Daniel is showing us that what is the potential when he is 22, 25, 28. It's incomprehensible at the moment, but it's a super exciting future for the sport.
It's good because he gets to build up the muscle memory, the stuff that someone like you and I might not necessarily have had at the time.
Yes. Well, Tommy, next up we have Peter Goodbourn. Give a big warm welcome to Peter, everyone.
Beautiful, age 29 here.
One of the several ninjas from Albany and drove all the way down here. He hit a buzzer in the 8th qualifier at Albany, only one of 4 ninjas to do so, so this could be very exciting to see how far he goes on this course.
Light on the feet there, straight through, coming straight onto our domino steps, and he's made it. Couple falls, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, you get through the obstacle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he is getting through it. He's looking very good, going with lots of momentum here.
Because we're seeing the skip again, which we'll probably see more and more often now.
You got to love this confidence from our top ninjas. I mean, that is a far gap, and they are making it look so easy. Now let's see how he handles the spinning bars here.
He's got onto it quickly. I tell you, a minute 30 on the clock at this kind of point in time is a good start.
And he's going with a very interesting approach, a very strategic approach through that obstacle. Fantastic effort.
We'll call that one the elbow grip.
The elbow grip, I like it.
The elbow grip.
And I think we're going to see a few ninjas copy that one. That looked like a fantastic way to deal with the rotating bars.
Saves the forearms at the end of the day.
Well, he's already onto the balance push, a minute on the clock left, and this is probably one of the smoothest runs we've seen so far.
It's been pretty smooth.
Now, let's see, can he stick Space Jam? This is the big one, Tommy.
It is the big one of stage 1, of course.
He's got a big lâché here. He's just got to stick it.
Oh, that's perfect.
So good, so clean through this obstacle. Can he stick the star?
Here we go. Look at that. We've seen that a couple times.
Another elbow grip.
It is. It's the elbow grip that we're looking at today. We're going to call it his signature move, really, I reckon.
Yes, 100%. Peter's signature move, and it will be inspired by Peter as the day goes on.
Straight up the warped wall, and we are looking at let's see, 20 seconds on the clock right there. That's perfect.
I mean, that would have to be our most smooth sailing run we've seen today. That was it just felt easy watching it.
Yeah,
it makes
it was good.
Very difficult course look super simple, and it's crazy what our top ninjas can do. And I mean, it's all very exciting stuff. We've seen 10 competitors come through here, and who knows what is possible. I mean, we've got 32 competitors to go, and some really big names coming up in the future. We haven't been through the run sheet, but there are some super, super duper names, particularly in the next 10.
Here we go, and look, we've actually got a big one now.
Well, guys, next up we have our tallest competitor, James Bailey.
Big round of applause for James.
James is the same height as Ben Polston.
We've seen a lot of James. We've obviously personally both been able to train with James quite a bit.
And I have my fingers crossed for this man. He is more than capable.
He's skipped a step, Jack. He has skipped a step on the dominoes. Look at that.
Tom, he is known for going quick. I've seen him clock sub 50-second times on stage 1. Just casually. It's his NCL Finals debut. He's going to have to watch those feet. He's a tall man.
He is a tall man, and at the end of the day, especially on something like our bungee alley, those can very easily take a quick, swift drag across the map.
And we know from personal experience he's been dealing with a sore shoulder, but he's not showing us any signs of a sore shoulder here.
Not with that lock-off strength. I mean, you don't see someone that says to you, Jack, I've had a sore shoulder for a long time. You don't expect to be seeing a powerful lock-off on the course, I can tell you that much.
Tommy, this is the big one for James. He's a big guy. Balance is tricky when you're a big dude.
Higher center of gravity.
But this is the fastest we're seeing someone get through this so far. Come on, James.
Here we go, and the leap should be made easy for him. Perfect work. It's now onto the UFO catch. This is the making and breaking point of most Ninjas runs, especially.
Well, James is great at laches, so I'm sure he's going to be able to stick this one.
Oh, look at that.
Such a smooth transition. And
Not
James
spending any time on it.
James is going to be flying through this run. I mean, 21 years of age. This guy is going to set at a crazy good time here, coming in with a comfortable 34 seconds on the clock.
That is amazing. We take our hat off to him. Obviously, once again, we've trained with James a lot, so we've seen the dedication he puts into his training. He's always down on the course. You usually will come in and see him in the afternoons, training alongside, obviously, yourself and often not myself.
This guy is going to set
extremely well-deserved.
I'm excited to see him put his wingspan to use in stage 2. I will tell you that.
That's a good point. I haven't thought about that as of yet, but that is going to be crucial on some of our larger reach obstacles, of course.
And I mean, if we see James is a salmon ladder specialist. So if we see him get to the salmon ladder in stage 2, that could be very exciting stuff. You'll see some really cool techniques from James. He knows a lot of different ones, so super exciting. I mean, our competitors are smashing it so far.
They are smashing it. And we are straight on to our next competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, our next competitor is Jake, the Pokey Ninja. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause.
Well, Jake is also making his first NCL Finals appearance. He's competed at several events during this year, several qualifiers at WA, but he's yet to hit that buzzer. Are we going to see that today, Tommy?
I certainly hope so. When you've done this many attempts, it's like you can only hope for him, can't you?
Yeah. And he works in the flight operations for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. So great man, great profession. And that was interesting.
That was interesting, but we'll come back to that later because we are now onto the bungee alley.
And it looks like it's psyched him out a little bit. He's looking good though. He's got that strength.
He's got the recovery.
100%. And now he's looking comfortable. He's got his stride back, which is what we like to see. Jake is doing a fantastic job through this one.
This is perfect.
And it'll be so exciting to see him hit a buzzer here. He's more than capable. You can see him with this lock-off strength here. He's really making it look so easy, and so are so many of our ninjas today.
Absolutely right, Jack, and we're now, of course, coming onto the balancing push. Let's see how this goes. We've seen some people move through it quickly, some slow and controlled. We're seeing a slow and controlled approach here, of course. We'll see how that goes, because once again, balance is the making and breaking point of a ninja's run, especially if you're seasoned and you've done a lot of ninja. It can still take you out.
I mean, let's go back to the 2019 season. We saw 30% of our competitors come off on the balance alone. There's always these bogey obstacles that get people. And we can see Jake, he was so smooth through it. Can he stick Space Jam? Oh! So close. I could have sworn he was going to get that one.
That is actually ridiculously unfortunate, because what you would have seen there is he actually grabbed it with his fingers and the end of his fingers, which you really can't afford to be doing on something like that, which of course is unfortunate. But when you're launching yourself at such a slim surface, this can happen very quickly, and it is unfortunate.
100%. You can never overestimate the UFO. It already looks like a hard obstacle, and trust me, it is even harder than it looks. You've got to stick it. The UFO wobbles, so if your transition isn't dead on, dead center, you can slip out like we just saw there for Jake. But
Absolutely
I can tell you what, gotta love the competitors embracing Jake at the end there. He fell, but at the end of the day, it is the ninjas versus the course, which is what we love to see.
Straight into him, exactly right, and we're obviously onto our next competitor now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now up to our next competitor. Let's give a big warm welcome to Bowen Wilkinson.
Now, Bowen is 33 years of age. He's a bit of a veteran amongst the community. So he competed as a walk-on in the very first Ninja Challenge League Finals in 2015. And he cleared stage 1.
That's crazy, Jack. That is crazy. You don't see that very often.
And it looks like they've given him 6 minutes on the clock there, Tommy.
That is a bit unusual. I'm assuming that was a technical fault there.
Obviously has 2 minutes on the clock, so viewers just do the math there. And I don't think we'll need to. I'm sure Bowen is going to fly through this, no problems whatsoever.
He's doing a beautiful effort.
And he comes from a calisthenics background, which is just fantastic. He is familiar with all of the, he's got the strength, he's got that calisthenics background, and you can just see him on those earlier obstacles absolutely flying through it. And now he's flying through the balance.
Calisthenics, now this is a funny one. You're going to see a lot of our competitors today with a very strong calisthenics background. Calisthenics, rock climbing, gymnastics, they're your big three at the end of the day for all of our ninja competitors. A lot of them have that kind of background. It gives you the necessary strength to be able to handle hanging for such long periods of time. So once again, calisthenics, gymnastics, rock climbing, you'll see it very commonly.
And we can see Bowen here. He's got that strength with that calisthenics background, and he is flying through here.
Straight up the wall.
No problems whatsoever.
And that's our next buzzer for today.
And this is just beyond exciting. I don't think I've ever seen this many competitors fly through. But very exciting news to all the viewers coming on. I now have one of our top ninja competitors, Cam Reading, stepping into the commentary booth. How are we, Cam?
Hey guys, yeah, good, thanks.
How are you feeling staring down this Stage 1 course today?
Yeah, it's a good, it's a really good course. It looks really fun. I'm not too nervous, but yeah, I think there's plenty of places you could definitely make small mistakes on.
100%. I mean, it's super exciting to see all of our young ninjas especially coming in and smashing Stage 1, which is something we haven't seen before.
Oh, it's awesome to see. Yeah, we were just talking about it, me and the boys just before, and yeah, no, that's great.
Cam, out of all the obstacles that you're seeing on Stage 1, which one would you say is the one that's going to slip up the most competitors today?
Ooh. I was going to be saying the UFO at first, but I think it might be the square boxes that you got to run over.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, Cam, next up, we have our next competitor, Stephen Manassah, age 26. Give a big round of applause for Stephen, everyone. Well, Stephen is another ninja from Albany, making his NCL Finals debut here. And he works as a gym instructor, so this guy's got the foundations.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to see him run, and he's smooth approach through the sonic steps here. And this is the one you're worried about, Cam.
Yeah, any missteps, Bay's nailed it. Well done.
100%. Bungee Alley just looks like a great obstacle, hey. It just looks like so much fun going through
Yeah,
it.
definitely. Can't wait for this one.
And what number are you competing, Cam, out of all of the competitors?
Number 43.
And that would be our last competitor, everyone listening in. Cam is going to be our top-seeded competitor for today, so he's going to be flying through. But returning to the run at hand, Stephen is absolutely crushing this course. 1:20 on the clock here.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to have this one. I'm going to say it now.
Going to call it early,
Yeah,
Cam.
I'm calling it early. He looks real confident, very composed on the balance.
This is super exciting. He's rolling that along and, of course, has to push the block as far as he needs it to be. Now, the balance has been notorious in the past for claiming victims, but I think now the Space Jam is where the victims are being claimed.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with this one. Well done.
But he sticks the landing, and there is no problems whatsoever. This is such a smooth run from Stephen. So strong in the upper body, and we can see that.
Plenty of time left.
He's got to pull this rope through, slide along to his victory. And this is, you just got to love that boxing bag obstacle. I mean, it builds up your momentum, and you run into this.
Yeah, it looks really fun. Well done, Steve.
Well done, Steve. We've gotten through some of our youth competitors, and now we are on to our older kind of veterans. Obviously, Stephen has been fantastic. Are you excited to see any competitors run? Are there any big names that you're looking for in amongst the mix?
Oh, there's a few of these guys that I've definitely competed against before. I've never gotten the chance to compete against Sam Goodall, so I can't wait to watch him run. And he'll be coming up quite soon, actually.
Sam will be coming up soon. He owns, of course, Albany Indoor Adventures. So if you're ever in Albany and looking for a ninja gym, or if you live in Albany and you're looking for a ninja gym, 100% pop down there. Sam is a fantastic competitor, and he's one of our commentators today. He's going to get in on the rotations.
Oh, very good.
And it's super exciting to have someone with so much experience coming into the commentary booth and sharing their insights onto this course.
Yeah, definitely hoping to learn something from you today.
100%. Have you been looking at the competitors, noticing their approaches and trying to adjust it to your run?
Yeah, that's one thing I do a lot, is I do try to take a lot out of everyone else. Everyone does things a little bit differently.
100%.
And we do tend to just string it along on the day when it happens, but you do try to piece everything together and see what works for you the best.
Definitely. Well, next up, everyone, we have one of the big names, one of our local heroes, Stu Hawkins, everyone. Big round of applause.
Let's go, Stu.
Now, Stu, amazingly, had knee surgery a few weeks ago and is already back on the course. How unbelievable is that?
Oh, that's great. I think I had a small training session with him 2 weeks ago, maybe.
And looking strong as always?
He was. He was just on the chin-up bars, but he was getting it done.
100%.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be happy to be through these balance obstacles.
Well done.
Scary as always. My heart sinks every single time someone runs across those. And this is the upper body part that we're seeing with Stu. He's just so great in it.
That was awesome.
So yeah, he's actually one of our Ninja veterans. He competed in 2017 and 2016, so we go way back with Stu. He's yet to complete stage 1, so could today be the day?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And also, his profession is a scientist. He's an environmental scientist. I think he takes that into the course with a very analytical approach that we can see here.
Yeah, this one will definitely come into play for that.
100%. And this is the last leg obstacle that we're seeing. Hopefully the knee is going to stay strong through this.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you got to love ninjas though. Such no excuse kind of people. They, even coming out of knee surgery, Stu is showing us that he can take on one of the hardest obstacle courses in Australia currently. So this is just an amazing effort.
Yeah, definitely.
Here comes the big obstacle. This is the Space Jam. Can he stick it?
That's it.
And he does with such confidence there. You can just see that upper body strength moving through. And he's got 36 seconds on the clock here. This is going to be a good one.
He's done it.
He's just got to get through the boxing bag here.
Stu straight up.
And this is so good. This is so exciting. With the old noggin bump onto the buzzer.
Well done.
What a great effort. I mean, this would have to be a new record for the number of ninjas, a number of early ninjas that we're seeing through stage 1.
Yeah, this is a lot this is a lot more than I thought we're going to make it. I thought a lot we're going to get knocked out by those blocks, but everyone seems to be doing it, so it's given me a bit of confidence as well.
100%, and I'll tell you why. It's because everyone's been training so hard in preparation for this comp, and it's all showing up now. They put in the hard yards early, and now we're seeing it out on the course today.
Definitely. It's a bit of everything today.
100%. It's such a dynamic course, and I'm excited to see all these guys take on stage 2, I think.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's going to be good.
It is, and even for the Australian Ninja Open, top 30 competitors, obviously, we're seeing some really strong people come through.
Yeah.
Well, Cam, next person up. Well, this man needs no introduction. Tom Garnett, everyone.
Let's go, Tommy.
Now, to put a name to a face, you guys, obviously, he was one of our co-commentators who was previously in the booth, and he's looking very focused. Tommy is a fantastic ninja, and we're going to see him fly through this course, I think.
I think so. I think he's hungry. Extremely strong. But you also got the rock climbers, which are people like Cam Silva.
100%.
And all these people, they seem to even out somewhere.
Well, we can see one of our calisthenics, Tommy Garnett, stepping in here.
Keep on. That's it.
He's recovered. Wow. The confidence there from Tommy to just jump straight onto the dominoes.
He is throwing himself.
I think he's going for a very top time here.
He wants it.
He's got that reach, and he's got that strength. That's what Tommy is known for. He's fantastic with the calisthenics. He's been working on his planche really hard on that, training all the time.
Yeah.
So he qualified at the 5th qualifier, the 5th WA qualifier, and he hit a buzzer. So he's not unfamiliar to the whole buzzer program. This guy knows how to do it. He knows how to get it done. And I think he's got what it takes now.
I think he does too.
But he is known for falling on the balance. This is his tricky one. So let's see how he handles this.
Yeah, it's always, this one always gets in your head, but as long as you can keep your legs steady, you can do it. Just a little bit more.
And he's looking smooth. He's an engineering student, studying mechanical engineering, and with the hopes of becoming a pilot one day. So hopefully we're going to see him fly through Space Jam here. He's got the ability, and he sticks the transition.
That's it.
Oh, so strong and so smooth.
Going for a good
He's just got the punching bag pull. And again, he loves to fly, and we're going to see him fly on this punching bag here. And he's going to be up the wall with 30 seconds to go.
That's awesome. Great work.
Look at him with the little flex. Big man here. I mean, this guy trains like crazy hard for this course. He's consistently here day in, day out. He trains calisthenics like no tomorrow. This guy's built for Ninja.
He puts in the effort, and this is what comes from it. Great work.
We're seeing that translation of effort. I think we've had 2 years to prepare for finals for the first time ever, which is something that we've never had before. Usually it's year after year after year, but this time we've had that extra year to prep, and I think everyone's been so eager to take on this course that we're seeing that translation here.
That's it. There's some good confidence out there today. It's all coming through.
100%. It is just beyond exciting. And we're going to see so many people take on stage too.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome to watch. I can't wait.
And we're going to see some big names taking on the course. Do you have any kind of game plan here? Are you going to be the man that takes the sub-minute time?
I was sort of half thinking of trying it, but I'll have to wait and see how the first 2 obstacles go for how my, say if I can build up the right inertia just to keep the flow going.
Yeah.
But if I do slow down a little bit, it'll purely just to get the finish and move on to that stage 2.
100%. Well, the name on the title is Russell Morris, but that is not our next ninja. Next up, everyone, we have Sam Goodall.
This is the bloke.
Now, Sam is one of the one of the founders of Albany Indoor Adventures. So this guy's built a ninja gym. He's known as the Tradie Ninja on the show, so has lots of competitive experience there.
No, I can't wait to watch this run.
I think he is going to be so good. He always keeps a smile on his face no matter how difficult the course looks. He has that confidence about him that allows him to go through every single course with such ease.
That's it. There's one thing I do notice from the shows. He sometimes does have a little bit of a slip-up, but as long as he doesn't come off the obstacle,
100%.
Yeah.
He is known for his little slip-ups, but I think on stage 1, he should be good to go.
I think he can do it.
Lining up for the Sonic Steps. Our first and deadly obstacle.
Let's go, Sam.
And so smooth.
Nice footing. Oh, perfect.
Taking a leap there on the dominoes, using that momentum. We are looking at the fastest time so far. This is crazy quick.
I think he's going for it.
And it's not even rushed. He just looks confident, which is a good sign of a great ninja.
That's it. Nice broguing.
So strong in the upper body, but can he handle the balance?
I think so. Seeing how he did those first 2, I think he's going to be fine on this one.
Wow, he is going nice and quick here. Maybe a bit too quick for his own good, but he's made it back. He's pushing that block through. And 1:15 on the clock.
Will he get the sub?
Don't know if he'll get the sub, but he's definitely going to get a very good time here.
Yes.
If he can stick the Space Jam. Come on, yes!
That's it.
That would have to be one of our smoothest transitions on that obstacle. It almost looked like he didn't even lash out there.
No, he just had it.
And I just love this obstacle. I mean, you bring the bag to you, and then you bring it right back, and you send your momentum down towards the water. Does a little spin. And he's up and on top of the course again.
That's it. He's done it.
What a great time. Sam
run.
Goodall, everyone. He set a cracking time of 43 seconds, and I think that could be our top time of the day.
I think he's done it. I think the one to beat was 1:18, I believe.
Yes. So he got 1:17.
Yeah.
Just inching away, building up the times for our later ninjas to come through and smash it. And I mean, 2 minutes on the clock historically has taken out so many of our competitors in stage 1. It's been a real nail biter.
It is. Yeah. I think once you get the chance to watch people go, you realise there's really not a lot of time to take breaks. You can take a little breather here and there, but you can't be chalking up for, say, that 15 seconds, 15, 20. And there's not enough time.
That is definitely the difficult part of this course, is the fact that you don't get to take breaks. As a viewer, you watch the obstacles individually and you might be like, yeah, I could do that. But can you string 8 together?
Yeah,
wow.
That's right.
Well, next up, you can see one of our next competitors, Vanessa Hayles. She is ready to go and camera ready. Next up, everyone, we have one of our local competitors, Vanessa Hayles, everyone.
See, I've got to compete with Vanessa a fair few times now. She is super strong, and I really hope she makes this.
100%. Definitely one of our top female competitors and a great competitor overall, and she could go all the way here 100%.
That's right.
She's been training here for the last 2 years in preparation for this moment, so I think we're going to see this pay off here. This is going to be a great run.
Ooh.
Oh!
I think because she's on the mat, I think she's okay.
I think that's going to be one for the referees there to talk about, but let's focus on what she's got left. We can't dwell on that. That's it. Now she's into the upper body stuff here. And again, looking so strong in the upper body.
That's it. Good technique.
She's looking smooth. And you get shaken up by the dominoes, but Vanessa is showing that it's no problems whatsoever. And now we're going to see her take on the balance beam.
She's doing very well here for Tom.
100%. Yeah. This is one of the greatest times we've seen so far. Yeah. How quickly can she get through this balance, though? It's always so tense watching people on this balance beam. It's any little slip up and you're off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you don't know how, unless you've tried it, you don't know how hard that block is to push.
And
well done.
I'll tell you what, Vanessa's never hit an NCL buzzer in this competition, but if she can stick this Space Jam right here, this could be it.
This could be it.
Come on, Vanessa. This could be huge.
Oh!
So close, Cam.
Unlucky. Great run, though.
What a fantastic run. Yet to hit a buzzer, but I mean, I'm sure she'll be back next year stronger than ever.
Oh, definitely. And
ready to smash through stage 1. It's so exciting. She came in with great qualifications here. I mean, she finished first in the female division in the Albany qualifier, which was a super hard, super tough course. But, you know, I'm sure we're going to see her back next year, and she's embraced by the fantastic ninja community.
Yeah, that's right. And UFO is never an easy one to stick as well. So she did a great effort to get her body there. Unfortunately, just couldn't hold that finger grip.
You can see it looks so smooth there. And, you know, if your mind's not completely in it, if you're not completely locked in on the UFO,
yeah, that's right.
It can spell disaster, really.
And then watching that one again, if she had just got her fingers a little bit around to the side, I think she would have had that one.
100% can. And next up.
Chris Westerik.
Well, everyone, next up, we have another WA local. Chris Westerik, everyone. Now, out of all the ninja names I think I've ever heard, this one takes the cake, quite literally. He calls himself the Ninja Bread Man. He's a baker, and it's such a well-fitting name.
He is. He's fun to watch, this guy.
Yeah.
He always gives it his all. You can see the determination on his face.
Well, he's a pastry chef, so hopefully he's going to whip up a great run in this course from now.
Awesome work on the blocks.
Oh, 100%. Chris is a rock climber as well, does a lot of rock climbing, and he's a Twitch streamer. So this guy's got a lot of diverse interests.
Yeah.
So,
well done.
This guy actually streams a lot of his ninja stuff. He wears the hat. Unfortunately, we're not seeing the chef's hat in today.
Oh, of course.
Could have been huge. Maybe we'll see it come out for stage 2.
Possibly.
And he's looking strong in this upper body.
He's been training hard.
100%. And we haven't really spoken about it yet, but you can see all of our competitors wearing the NCL shirts, which is great to see everyone coming in the same uniform. We all get them, and it's just a fantastic way to show unity and really promote this event.
That's right. It's a great shirt.
These are great shirts. I don't think I'll be taking this one off anytime soon. Very comfy. And I'll tell you what, Chris is making his NCL Finals debut here, but I didn't expect that. He is looking so strong on this course.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he's, if he can just finish this UFO, I feel like he's definitely got this.
Well, Chris has the strength here. He's been taking his time. He's been pacing himself. He's just got to stick this one. And he does.
Easy, well done.
So good, so strong. And he's got the punching pull here.
Whoa.
He's excited to get through this course.
He wants it.
He wants it badly, and we're going to see him up the small warped wall and to the buzzer with 20 seconds remaining on the clock.
Great effort.
Wow. What a run. Well, Cam, we're going to let you go now. Thank you so much for coming into the commentary booth.
You're
and
welcome.
Hopefully we're going to have you back in the booth later today. where we can evaluate your amazing sub-minute, one minute run, hopefully.
We'll see how we go. All right, thanks for that.
That is, of course, Cam Reading. He's done an excellent job as a ninja, and hopefully we will see him later on.
Well, he's our last seeded competitor.
He is, yes.
But Tommy, you finished stage 1.
Successful run on my behalf, and hopefully one of a couple more on this weekend, but we'll see what happens. And of course we have yours coming up very shortly, which obviously the viewers can look forward to. It's going to be an amazing time. The course now, having some experience on it, having done it before, it is one where you have to make sure you're moving through pretty quickly. Otherwise you can get bogged down, especially when you come up to that balance pusher. Actually, speaking of which, we have Colin Chong up now.
All right, looks like he's, just sorting the shoes out. Colin looking very happy on the starting line, no nerves at all here.
All right, beautiful. And let's give him that big warm welcome that he deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, next up on the line, we have Colin Chong. Give him a big round of applause. Very good. Now, once again, I was talking about the steps earlier. I made a little slip on these steps, and it's all about cleaning your shoes, which I did personally forget to do. There's a little stumble.
Little slip, but he's made it through.
Made it through effortlessly. Quick fact about Colin is he qualified at the West Australian qualifier number 6. But then he proceeded to go on and hit a buzzer.
Fantastic.
Which is incredible, and that's a phenomenal performance from him.
Making short work of those overhead grips.
He is, yeah. That's the bungee alley has gone straight through and onto now our spinning bars.
Very important to remember on this one. Obviously, you have to use every part of the obstacle. You cannot skip anything on this one, or it will be a DQ. Using everything very nicely. Good power, good strength.
And for those viewers at home that can't quite see, those bars do spin.
They do, absolutely.
Which adds like an amazing aspect of strength required to get through them. Here we go, we're on the balance push. Now this one is a pretty good pace on it, keeping steady. And here's that back pressure that's required.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a game changer. I've never seen it before. I was really excited to see this actually, because usually I find the drums a little bit easy on their own, but adding that little extra bit in there just made it nice and fun.
It changes the dynamic, doesn't it? It really changes the dynamic.
Here we go, the UFO catch. This is the next opportunity on the course for some trouble, but Colin looking strong here.
Now, I'd like to mention very quickly, he is a FIFO engineer, so he has to make time for doing this training in amongst flying in, flying out. And the fact that he can even be on this course doing such a competitive job is incredible for someone that has those kind of working hours.
I'm just watching the way he pulled that bag. He made that bag look like nothing.
That is strength right there. We've seen strength.
Yes.
And that, of course, let's have a look.
Comes, look at that.
That is our another 20 seconds buzzer on that one. A fabulous run. Not really much I can say went wrong there. A couple small slips, but apart from that, he's done amazing.
All in all, very well and well deserving of a stage 2 run there by Colin. Well done. As he goes on looking at stage 2, I'm sure he'll be very happy with that.
He will. Just seeing the replay there. Look, he's pushing it through now. I believe there's a little bit of an ankle stumble coming up. Nope, he didn't have a stumble, and he's gone for a pretty decent leap as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is going to save time at the end of the day.
Yeah, it will. It's that risk versus reward, isn't it? You sort of, we haven't seen anyone commit to the box too early and not be able to make the jump yet, but I'm sure it's playing on everyone's mind as they get to it. How much more time do I spend on this drum before I commit to the jump?
It is, and you can see that the ninjas have been practicing this. I don't know about yourself, but I certainly had been on the balance a little bit
before
the finals, because that one is one of my more stressful points.
Makes one of us. No, I didn't. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to practice that one, but
that's okay. You clearly didn't need to, did you?
No, I didn't. It worked out on the day.
Not only did you make light work of it, but you also did it very quickly, which is great.
Oh, okay, that's probably the only spot I saved time, is it?
Well, you certainly did, and that's where you got it up over all of the other competitors. All
Here
right.
we go, Nicole Ravi.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big warm welcome to our one and only Nicole Ravi. Let's have a look at this start.
Very nice.
Graceful,
yes.
To say the least. Very gracefully starting the approach. Oh,
little tumble, but she's landed on the top of the domino, which is okay, and committed to the box now, no worries.
Beautiful, straight onto bungee alley. We're not seeing a skip here, so nice, slow and controlled, which once again, slow and controlled wins the race in a lot of occasions.
So I think Ninja was pretty new to Nicole. You know, when you come into the Ravi family, you're pretty much destined to do Ninja. So
it's a guarantee.
I'm guessing, you know, she didn't have much choice in the matter. She was going to be a Ninja at some point.
She most certainly was, and obviously this is her NCL Finals debut today. She helped test the 2019 NCL Finals course, but she wasn't involved. So this is the first time that we're actually seeing her in action in the live final setting.
Yeah, Nicole puts a marvellous effort in the background. She's always in the background working, setting stuff up, you know, organising things for the young ones out the back.
And
she
she's
just
a mother of 3.
Yeah, she's got her own kids and she's still here working all the time, doing all the jobs that need doing in the background. So, yeah, really impressive stuff from Nicole. And now she's out on the course and smashing it herself. What a wonderful person.
And it's steady. We're seeing a very steady performance here.
Absolutely.
Here we go,
probably,
straight on,
to the box
plenty of room.
Excellent work, Nicole.
Now this is going to be big if Nicole can get to the buzzer, because she's yet to hit one this season.
Yep.
I'll
It's
mention
going to
that very
require
quickly.
strong commitment to that UFO. Oh no, she's just gone over the front of it, just over the front, tipped it forwards and away from herself. Oh no, she's come unstuck there. That is quite devastating, but a fantastic run up until that point.
And this just shows us that this can happen to any of our ninjas. Once again, we've seen the finger catches on a lot of occasions. That's not a necessarily good thing to do on a UFO. Just looking at the replay here, we're just going to take a look at the dominoes.
Little slip up on the dominoes. That may have just put her off a little bit, but she did compose herself and she came back in the game.
Yes, she did.
A couple more strong obstacles and then just making it that UFO. If you watch the replay, she's just committed to the front.
Yeah, look, and there's those fingers I was talking about.
That's
if you
right.
slip, and if you're not getting the equal control around the whole base of that UFO, you're going to slip. At the end of the day,
right,
you're going to go straight down onto that mat. Now, of course, something that is new this year, so if you do finish the obstacle course, that's amazing. You're going on to stage 2. If you don't finish the obstacle course, you are out for the Ninja Challenge League Finals, so you will not be proceeding. However, we, of course, do have the exciting up-and-coming Australian Ninja Open, which I'd say you, Sam, I know I'm certainly very excited for it.
Excited is almost seems like not a big enough word to describe what I'm
An
feeling about that one.
It's going to be very good fun. All right, we have our next competitor. Let's give him a big, warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amos Lam to the starting line. Here we go. We can just see Matthew Bowles over there in the corner of the screen. We will once again be seeing him later. Straight onto the dominoes. It's a smooth approach, and he was taking little time in the transitions. Yeah,
look, if he can keep this the whole way, he's going to have a very smoking fast run. Amos is a veteran of the sport. He's done 5 seasons of NCL Finals. So, yeah, look, we expect big things from Amos. I've seen him in action, you know, throughout the week. He's a very strong ninja, very strong competitor. He's got the build. He's got the right build. He's light and powerful. He's good power to weight ratio.
It is, and that obviously is a very big thing. So you get a lot of people who sometimes think it's all about pure muscle and stuff like that. That's not ninja. That's not ninja. You've misread that scenario. It's actually all about power to weight. So you might get some smaller guys who smash it out, and then some bigger guys who just can't handle hanging for extended periods of time.
I mean, it's fine to have big arms, but you really want to be slim in the rest of the body for ninja, I believe.
You do, most certainly. All right, and just to mention very quickly and give a big congratulations to him, he has just graduated from university, which is a major milestone.
Okay, excellent.
In his career. As is catching the UFO on stage 1. That's phenomenal.
So not only is he good at Ninja, he's intelligent as well.
It always helps to have both, doesn't it?
It does.
Straight onto the bag.
I wouldn't know much about that, but yeah, Amos making it look very easy. Smooth run.
Perfect.
Cruising with plenty of time left on the clock.
He
making
does.
it look easy.
We're looking at potentially, is this going to be a 30-second finish?
It
It is 30 seconds to go on the clock. He has done fantastically.
Wonderful work, Amos. What a legend.
That was wicked. Fantastic effort. We have seen another stage 1 completion. Stage 2 at the moment is panning out to be an excellent event. It's going to be very exciting indeed.
I wonder if, you know, finishing uni, that's a lot of pressure to come off you.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
you know, then you just go out and do something you love like Ninja. It must be nice to hit the course without that background pressure. I know a lot of guys compete, you know, and they've got, you know, exams or something the next day. But, you know, having that freedom to just come out, you've done your hard work, now you have a little rest, and you're on to stage 2, Amos. Well done, buddy.
He's done a great job. Now, obviously, we are getting to our second half of competitors. We're actually well and truly now in our second half of competitors. So we're going to start to see some of the bigger names and some of the faster times potentially come through. All right,
here we go. Shaun Petter from Albany.
Beautiful. Let's give him a big, warm welcome.
All right, Shaun stepping up to the plate. Shaun is our top qualifier from the Albany round. Big things expected from Shaun.
Shaun is going to do amazing things today. We've seen him in action. I know I certainly have. We've seen him work hard. Here we go, just a slow and steady approach to those steps. You don't want to slip. Do not want to slip like I did. He puts a bit of stress through.
Oh, beautiful, Shaun. Well done. Shaun is extremely strong in the lock-off position. He'll lock off for, well, I wouldn't say days, but you know, he'll lock off for hours. He's powerful in the lock-off.
He is, which you're seeing here. Look at that, brisk. It's a very brisk transition through the spinning bars and the pipes, straight onto the ring, and we're now seeing him on the balance roller.
The thing about the powerful lock-off is it gives you a lot of time to be controlled on your movements, so it's a lot less chance of a slip-up and a mistake. You know, that's what Shaun is known for. And you know, talking about the next part of this competition, when you know people are starting to choose teams, I mean, if I get the choice of a competitor to join my team, Shaun is my first pick for sure.
Absolutely, and in terms of lock off, it's all about more flow, less swing, basically.
That's right.
And here, as you've just seen him there, mate, very very light work of that UFO catch. Fully absorbed through.
Absolutely. And look, he wants to beat the time too. He's going into this one. I think this could be a new all-time course record for stage 1.
Very good. We've seen a number of these.
It's tight. It's tight. No, he's done well though.
That is one of our top ones, I believe, that we've now seen today. That was a phenomenal effort. Yeah, he's done a good run there. Just quick question. When we're looking at the actual spinning bars, are we looking at potential no matching in the later competitors?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, Shaun demonstrates a really powerful grip and a really powerful lock-off, so that enables him to just, you know, basically span from one to the other without having to commit 2 hands. And you're going to save time there. You're going to save, I won't say you save energy because you are cooking that one arm a bit more, but on a course like this, you know, he knows he's only got, what, 3 upper body obstacles really, and so he knows he can spend a bit of...
afford it.
Yeah, he can spend a bit of diesel on there, and he's going to have plenty left in the tank to get to the end.
Exactly right. So that is another buzzer for today. We've seen a couple now. Stage 2 is looking very, very much so like a strong competition.
Oh, absolutely.
This afternoon. But yeah, so looking at the spinning bars and stuff, we are seeing the matching and whatnot. And yeah, we'll continue to see that later in the day.
Shaun's just given me the thumbs up. He's very happy. I'm sure the nerves have settled now that he's off the course. Happy that he's through to stage 2. Albany's doing really well today, I must say. That's what, 3 from, that's the 4th Albany competitor to qualify for stage 2. So fantastic work, guys.
It is, and now let's give a big warm welcome to our next competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have Blake Geelen. He is coming in as his NCL Finals debut. Give him a big round of applause. Now, I've had the pleasure of training alongside Blake for a couple of years now. He's incredibly strong. You'll see this man, he can do almost a triple skip on the Samurai. He's got the strength. Yeah. And you'll also see him doing one-arm pull-ups.
Excellent.
And I'm not talking the half one-arm pull-ups. I'm talking
the real
full
stuff.
range of motion, the professional deal. He
Blake.
has lock-off strength. I would actually say for days in this instance. He does.
Wow.
He does have incredible lock-off strength.
Awesome.
And you can see it just there. Look at those biceps. That's
he
incredible.
does have that the swimmer shape, doesn't he? You can tell he is a strong swimmer.
He was, yes. A swim teacher. I'm not sure if currently, but back in the days he was a swim teacher as well.
Okay.
All right, let's see how he goes in this balance roller.
Very focused.
Very controlled. Excellent effort.
Looking good from Blake. I get the impression that Blake loves an upper body obstacle. He seems so much more comfortable on the upper body, you know, the hardcore stuff, and then he gets to the balance. He's just taking a little bit more time here. I'm not saying he's shaky, he's doing very well, but it just looks to me like he's the kind of guy who loves the upper body, you know, the grueling workout. And you can tell again, as soon as he's on his hands, in comes the confidence. Look at that.
Cool, calm, and collected. He's got the grab, and he now knows that he has plenty of time on the clock to get up there. Here comes the boxing bag, and we've seen this nearly take out a couple of competitors on the back reel today. And here we go. Look at that. Still 30 seconds on the clock. He's going to be straight up the warped wall. And ladies and gentlemen, looks like this is another buzzer finish. Congratulations, Blakey. We're all proud of you, mate. All right, that's very good. That is another competitor up that wall. We're doing a fantastic effort.
If you hear me tune out just for some reason, sometimes I get the little kids come up and they want an autograph or they want to say good day, so I might be just a little bit rude on the microphone and just just give the kids a bit of attention, because you know, that's what we really want to do. We want to encourage the next generation, the young ones coming up. It's just great to see them getting into something healthy, getting into a sport that is good for them, good for their friends, and it's just good for everyone. I mean, where else do you make better friends than doing Ninja, really?
Not really anywhere else. It's such a supportive environment, and also I was going to say I haven't yet received my autograph, which is a bit devastating. I'll have to grab that from you later on, but we'll get to that when we get to that, because we all want a Tradie Ninja autograph at the end of the day.
No, they're going out thick and fast today, so yep. You just have to jump in line, mate.
Beautiful. I'm in a line now. That's awesome. I better get in the back of that line. Alrighty, so that is another competitor down and done. And we're getting into the thick of it now. We've got a couple big names coming up. I'm seeing Gav Wilson on the chart.
Oh,
and all
here
those
we go.
guys.
Up next we have Mike. Mike has qualified very strongly earlier in the season. Now about to hit the course. Let's give it up for Mike.
I've seen this man train. This man is a great example of a strong competitor. He's got the strong upper body. Look at this. He's gone through with jeans. I find that incredible.
Yeah, look, not many people run a Ninja course as smoothly as Mike. He's got something that not many people have, and that's just the only other one I can compare him to for smooth is like someone like Charlie Robbins. You know, you see Charlie run a course and he's just smooth, calm and collected. Mike does exactly that. And you can see it just here, just calm, there's no stress on his face, smooth and controlled.
Efficient movements.
Very efficient.
Very much so efficient movements. He is moving as though he knows exactly what move, and it's cool, calm and calculated, which is incredible. And it's what's giving him good, strong pace on this course. Not necessarily super speed, but it's the pace that you need to qualify for, obviously, stage 2, which is very good. Minute on the clock nearly here.
And I mean, smooth is never necessarily slow. So, you know, as long as you're keeping that momentum, you're staying smooth, you are going to finish in time. So he doesn't really need to push for time. He knows he can do it in the 2-minute time limit.
Exactly, and I'd almost say there's a sweet spot in between speed and your control. And here we go, we're onto the boxing bag pull. Look at this. Once again, cool, calm and collected. You've summed him up as a person very well there.
Mike does do a bit of rock climbing, he enjoys the rock climbing. He likes working on cars too.
And that is
very nice.
Another buzzer finish for today.
Just as I was saying, he does enjoy the rock climbing, enjoys working on cars. They're both hobbies that really work the forearms. I mean, if you're under a car swinging a spanner, you know, that's always going to help you grip something on a Ninja course. And some of the strongest guys I've seen are, you know, mechanics, you know, obviously climbers, gymnasts, various forms of tradies. But, you know, the guys who have that really wiry, veiny forearm look, it's usually they're not sitting on a computer all day typing a keyboard. They're usually doing something else with their time. and they come to Ninja and it's just a natural fit for them.
They're the tinkerers. At the end of the day, the tinkerers often have that finer touch, which is lovely. And obviously, I was talking earlier with Jack about some of the 3 key entry points to Ninja. Often you get your ex-gymnasts, you get your rock climbers, you get your calisthenics athletes, and those are the 3 really big things that often give an athlete, I guess, the prerequisite strength to be able to hang for extended periods of time, to be able to undergo a course which is very different to most other obstacle courses, in the world.
Absolutely. Taking a little bit of time just to reset the course and make sure everything's ready and sweet for our next competitor.
Beautiful effort. All right, we've got another competitor coming up now. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big warm welcome to John Thompson. This is another young ninja. I mean, 15 years of age. We've seen him do amazingly in the competition, in the qualifiers. We've seen him get numerous buzzers. He's fast. He's fast on his speed, as we're seeing right here.
I really like John. John's come down and visited me in Albany. He's had a go at our centre down there, and he did amazing things. I really like watching him on the course. He's a very exciting ninja to watch. Cruising through these ones, he's improved dramatically. You know, we're talking a young guy, hasn't been doing ninja his whole life. You know, he's just sort of come into the sport not too long ago, and you know, he's out here now, crushing it, doing something he loves. It's always something I love to see.
And he's committed. You'll see him down here, me personally, so I train down here quite often, and I see him here almost every day when I'm down here.
That's the spirit.
It's a sign. It's a sign that someone's got that commitment and they've got the drive to do a really good job on the course.
And you look at anyone who's done anything, you know, any of the elite athletes, they're the guys who are in the gym daily. They're putting in the work all the time. They're committed. You know, not necessarily out, you know, having a big weekend or whatever, because you know they're too busy training and working. He's just had to have a little bit of a hiccup here. He couldn't. The tail of the rope was hooked up on the scaffold, so that has, you know, cost him a couple of seconds. But nevertheless,
he's straight back on.
Straight back on.
You can see the focus.
Climb the scaff, sort it out, get it done. That's what we love from John. Killer attitude, mate.
And it is a competitive
That is a fast time from John. What a phenomenal run, especially when he had to reset part of the course for himself.
Exactly. 15 years of age. Wow. I just like to very quickly say, we were speaking about power to weight ratio earlier.
Yes.
That is a very, right here, John is a very good sign of power to weight ratio. He's got such strong upper body strength and grip strength, forearm strength. And for someone that's 15 years old, I find that incredible.
Fantastic. And one of the nicest guys you'll meet too. And I love that in a ninja. You know, the ninjas who are really nice and friendly, you know, I always give them a bit of an extra cheer.
Here we go, just looking at the replay here, the UFO, he's caught that in full lock-off and absorbed a lot of pressure, which is great. That's what you want to be doing. You don't want to be catching it straight on. You can do some serious injuries doing things like that. And a lot of our ninjas know that because they have done this obstacle before. It's one that we're quite used to. So great job to our John there.
Oh, here we go, Gav Wilson. Up next we have Gav Wilson. This is a ninja we've been waiting for. Get amongst it, guys. Let's cheer him on. Gav Wilson, everybody.
We've seen Gav down here quite a lot. He obviously has his own rig in his backyard, which is incredible. If any of you haven't seen that, you definitely need to look this guy up. He does the majority of his training down there. You see him come in later in the nights to do a bit of training in here when it gets a little bit quieter. Yep. Which I don't blame him. It's a bit noisy during the day sometimes, but yeah.
One thing we do need to mention about Gav is he probably puts more into the ninja community than anyone else I know. He's always trying to, you know, get people into the sport. He's always helping people make stuff. He's always out here helping, you know, set stuff up, and he does a lot of work in the background just because he loves the sport. He loves to do it, and you know, people like that who have that much drive and that much motivation, they're just inspiring to be around, aren't they, Tom?
It's absolutely incredible, and we need a lot of people like this because obviously they're the ones that the kids look up to. They're the ones that all of our competitors look up to, and you want someone as strong, driven, and I would even go, I'd say kind, and also a compassionate person to come and be in this competition to give everyone that inspiration.
That's right, and I mean, Ninja as a sport wouldn't be what it is, especially in WA, without people like Gav investing their life into it, because, you know, as we know, unfortunately, it's not yet a well-funded sport like the, you know, some of the more traditional sports, but it is growing, and it's because of people like Gav Wilson. You know, smooth through the steps, beautiful. He's known as the wingspan ninja because of those huge long arms.
Look at that, he's skipped one of the boxing dominoes. We haven't seen that yet, and that is a surefire sign that we're starting to get to some of our bigger names.
That's right.
In the ninja community.
I mean, look at the skin on him. Have you seen skin that thin on anyone before? It's just muscle, sinew, and veins. That's what he's made of, this guy. He's just tough, tough, tough. They don't come much tougher than Gav Wilson.
That is the premise of this man at the end of the day, isn't it? Coming straight onto our balance obstacle of the course. This cool, calm, and collected, very much so. But you can see he's also trying to get a bit of pace in there.
He is. Yep. He wants that fast time.
Here we go.
Pushing on that front edge of the box. Always risky when you know, you got to try and move the box fast, but you don't want to slip down between him. Does it with ease. I think he's going to go on the second swing. He does. Commits to it. Very strong grip from Gav Wilson. Wonderful work on that one. Here he comes.
That's a fantastic job. We're through with still a minute to go on the boxing bag.
This is fast.
Very fast, mind you.
This could be the fastest time we've seen today, people.
I think it might be. Is this a 50-second?
It's going to be. It is.
50 seconds left on the clock. We have finished with
there
an amazing
we go.
time. Congratulations, Gav. Now, very quickly, speaking about getting onto some of our more competitive athletes, we're now coming and we're going to be seeing some things like maybe potentially, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but will we see the one swing on the UFO?
Ooh.
It's an interesting one because I've seen it done in the gym and I've seen people pull it off. But would you risk that?
You know what? I just don't know, because everyone's standing around here. They're looking at stage 2 and 3. They're going, you know, I really want to do that.
I want to be there.
You know, I think people will probably play it safe. I mean, it would be it'd be a cool move. It'd be very cool for us to watch, but I just don't know if the show factor is going to be worth the risk. I mean, for the tiny bit of time saving you're going to get out of it.
We're not in the qualifiers anymore.
That's right.
This is the finals. Yep. This is the big one. This is the real deal.
If anyone's going to do it, I'd say to be someone like Matt Bowles.
I was about to say
that's
exactly
the
the
name
same
that's
thing.
coming to mind when we talk about crazy sort of moves like that. Matty Bowles. I mean, he must be up soon, surely. But how was that from Gav Wilson?
It's a strong performance.
With the fastest time, but he didn't necessarily look like he was in a hurry. He was cruising that run. Didn't really seem to be, you know, pushing or wanting to get the fastest time. He's just efficient and fast, just naturally, and that's a really good sign of a strong ninja.
Now here we go. We are on to another one of our young competitors.
All right, here we have Michaela Strahan, and let's give her a warm welcome as she's on the starting plate, about to take off. Let's go.
Now, I've been able to see Michaela train. She is one of the few females I have seen do a clean muscle up.
Wow.
She can
okay,
do,
so she's got the power.
She most certainly has the power. She can do a muscle up on rings, muscle up on bar.
A little slip there, but she's managed to stay above the tape, so all good and moving on.
Nice and composed. Here's the bungees. There we go. Look at that.
Very comfortable in the dead hang. Very, very comfortable with the grips. Yeah, yep.
Here we go.
Whenever you see a competitor commit to a dead hang like that one-handed, you know that they're confident on it.
Absolutely.
Well, the only other time you see it is when someone is totally spent and gassed, but I mean, she's looking very strong. There's definitely not coming into play at this stage.
Minute 20 still on the clock, so she's got plenty of time to move and operate with. There we go.
Yes, wonderful work there from Michaela. Onto the balance. What have we got here?
We're looking at a pretty decent time. Obviously, you're going to need to take this one at a pretty consistent pace. You don't want to get bogged down on the balance. Here we go. Look at this.
Just taking it very steady on this one, just to be sure.
Just to be sure.
Making sure. Important with this one, you want to stay on top of the drum. You don't want to commit to the fronts, because then it runs away from you, and you've got to backpedal really hard to regain composure. But staying on top, you know, it is a little bit slower, but you know, for someone who's a little bit nervous maybe on this obstacle, it is the safest and smoothest way to get through. So committing to the top, nice and slow. Now she's going to have to, she's going to have to put a lot more force into it to move this box. Now that's going to put her off a little bit. I think it's going to catch her off guard just how much force it requires to shift this.
Come on, Michaela, come on. We're going to need a little bit more pace on this obstacle if we want to see her get through that boxing bag. And obviously,
I wouldn't count her out just yet because she's done that very well. She's through now.
Come on, Michaela.
Fast, efficient moves on here. Wow, she's got some power in the swing.
She does. Come on.
Yes,
Come
and
on,
a great
Michaela.
commitment to the grips. Here we go.
Come on.
Just chewing a little bit of time on the star.
Bit of time.
It's going to come. No. Michaela, come on. We want you to get to the end, Michaela. Let's go.
Finish that run.
That
Come
bag
on,
is
Michaela.
moving awfully slowly for someone who's really pushing for time. Oh no.
It is an unfortunate one, but what I want to say very quickly is Michaela, this is her first season.
Is it? Wow, okay.
Lovely effort, Michaela. She's done a fabulous job. Obviously, once again, it's her first season, and I think that's a phenomenal performance.
That is, it is to finish a stage 1 course is an achievement for anyone. That's fantastic, Michaela. Well done. I've just learned something. So that big buzzer, that means time is over, does it? The big burr, burr, that's not the 10-second countdown. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next competitor. We have Brendon Nass on the field. All right, now this, of course, is a man that's really made this competition happen today. I'm going to give a quick shout out to him for that. He's put a lot of time and effort into making this course. A little slip there on the thing. Probably a very similar spot to where I had the little slip up.
Yeah, and sometimes those slips, even if they don't knock you out, they can get in your head a little bit. But he's composed himself.
He's
doing
recovered
very well.
so quickly, gone straight through on the skip, which we're going to see more and more frequently now with the competitors to come.
Just playing it out in his mind. Which hand does he want to grab it with? I think he's going for the left. He does. Up and over.
And here we go. These are the spinning bars. So once again, they do spin, and it takes a lot of energy to control that spin and keep it on the forearm and not rolling through your hands. A bit of sideways momentum there,
but he's recovered well.
He's controlled. It's lucky it's at the end when you get something like that.
Yeah, how's his balance? Let's have a look.
This, of course, is the balance.
Reasonable pace, actually. Yes, looking really good from Brendon.
It's a strong performance, and it looks like he's been using this thing.
Oh, he's leaning very far forward. Oh, he's just saved himself on that one. He almost had to commit to the box too early, and that would have been the biggest jump we've seen today, but no, he gets it up and gets through.
It's funny, because that little slip with a little bit more forward pace has actually given him a slightly better time.
It has, yeah. It's really, he's pushed that box at a rapid rate to the end, so that's really fantastic from Brendon. As he's about to commit to the star, he's going to go double. He's going singles and match, and then ring and off, and that's no worries at all.
Now, what we did notice there is sometimes you can lose a bit of momentum transferring onto that UFO to the star. All it means is that you've just absorbed a little too much on the landing. Instead of continuing through with the swing, you've backswung a little bit. We've seen
he's
the punching
just having
bag.
a bit of trouble here. The bag hasn't quite gone to the end, so
come on, push.
He's building up a bit of lower body swing to try and get through. He is pushing the clock. He's
only got 15 seconds.
It's worked.
He's made it.
Oh, okay, Brendon.
That
was heart attack material right there, Tom.
That takes core strength.
Here he comes.
And he has made it.
There we go.
He has made it. That is a successful run.
A bit of drama down here at NCL, guys.
Once again, it doesn't matter what time you get, as long as you beat that buzzer, you're into stage 2. And that right there is an example of regaining yourself.
That's right. He'll be breathing a sigh of relief after that. You know, not many people will be able to compose themselves when the bag has stopped just before it hits the platform. And it's very hard to dismount from that distance. Very hard to generate swing on a boxing bag because you're only relying on your lower body to generate a swing there. But Brendon has done it well, and he's even, I think people even asked him for a signature after that effort. So well done, Brendon.
He's done a fabulous effort. Okay, just very quickly, I'd like to bring up the fact we've seen the boxing bag there stop 3/4 of the way through the rail. Competitors need to have pace entering that boxing bag.
That's
Otherwise,
right.
we're going to see very similar scenarios pan out.
That's right. Well, the tail on the rope is quite heavy. You know, it's a manila rope. It's quite heavy, so it does have to go through a pulley system, and that's the nature of the obstacle. If you don't hit it fast, it may not pull through all the way. So you have to probably think about that. Now, other competitors have to think, well, maybe I do need to put a bit of pace into this bag. I know when I tried it, I thought, I'm going to commit to this bag before it gets to the end of its stroke. And I think it almost hit me in the face because I jumped to it a little bit too early. But, yeah, managed to get through just in time. But
It is that bag, yeah. And funny you said that, because I myself, when I went through that run, I was powering through at this point in time. The adrenaline was 100% in my body. As I went for that bag, I pulled it in, and it nearly took me out in the process, Sam.
Yeah, that's right. another quick mention to our sponsors, Aussie Grip. Aussie Grip making some of the best gear we've got, and how good is it that it's Australian made? You know, and Ben, the owner, you know, also a competitive ninja himself, and yeah, producing some of the best stuff out there. So get online there, check out aussiegrip.com.au, buy yourself some good gear. I know we use Aussie Grip for everything at our gym. Very, very strong stuff. We've had it for years now, lasting very well. You know, we put some really big, heavy guys through its paces, and every single unit that we've purchased has held up beautifully. So a big thank you to Ben. Love the way he commits, you know, his time and effort to the sport and sponsoring events and whatnot. It's because of people like that and businesses like that that Ninja can run, and we can have such a fun time out here mucking around, being little kiddies, you know, in our mid-30s.
Exactly right. And actually, speaking of your gym, we'd also like to give a big shout out to you guys. You're one of our counterparts when it comes to these competitions and stuff like that in the NCL qualifiers, of course. And very quickly, I'm just going to say, if you haven't gone down there, which myself, I haven't personally yet.
Oh, Tom, come on, you're missing out, mate.
I 100% am looking forward to getting down there and getting my hands dirty, to say the least.
Let's do that.
It looks like an amazing course. Alrighty, we have a big name up next. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mark Ravi to the stage. Don't know why I said stage there. We're not performing a musical piece, but who cares?
I'm sure he could perform a musical.
He most definitely could. He's a talented man.
He is, man of many talents. But you know, one thing I like about Mark is he's strict on the rules, but he's strict on himself as well. And so he's been up here setting this course up, you know, for days now, and he wouldn't dare touch an obstacle, because he said, no, I'm not allowed to touch, I'm not allowed to even feel the texture of a surface. So he's setting all these obstacles up and would not even put a foot, you know, for example, those steps at the start. And you know, that's to be admired. Someone who's that dedicated to the sport, you know. Doing very well here, I must say. Mark cruising through this one.
He is, and he is one of the he's actually the face. He's of course the commissioner of the NCL, so he's the face of Ninja, to say the least. And he's doing a great job, as you would expect for someone.
Making the drum roller look easy.
He certainly is.
Well, he did create this obstacle. I was talking to him yesterday. He said, we've never done it before. I've just come up with it. I want to put it in. And I thought, what a great idea, Mark. That's awesome.
Exactly right. Now, he is a former journalist, which is incredible. He works for CGM Communications as a content consultant. That's a very interesting fact. A journalist, or just quickly, we've got the UFO grab.
Beautiful commitment to
the
UFO.
Star. It's the one-arm grab right there. Lovely.
You know, Mark's qualified very high on the leaderboard coming into NCL Finals, which is fantastic for someone who, you know, he's doing a lot of things. He's holding a lot of pies spinning. He just, it has slowed right down. He's just made it through though. Not quite enough pace on the bag, but he's going to cruise through with a good time as well.
It is a good time. 20 seconds on the clock for a finish. If you're pushing that in stage one.
And that is Mark's first stage one buzzer ever since the beginning of the Ninja Challenge League. So he'll be very happy with that one.
As you can see on his face. That's a sigh of relief right there.
He puts the arms up. He says, thank you, Lord, for that one. It's been, what, 5 years coming? And he's done it.
Congratulations, Mark. That's an excellent effort.
Yes.
There we go. So that is another competitor through, obviously one of the Ravi brothers right there. We haven't seen Dave yet. He's coming up later in the day. He is also, Dave himself has taken out, I believe, a third place in one of the qualifiers this year. He's done a great job. Mark and Dave have worked side by side to really make all of this that you see around you right now happen. They have put blood, sweat and tears into it. Look at our next competitor now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Claire Butterfield to the stand, ready for her run. And this is Claire. We've seen her do a number of finals. She's had some upsets, but she's also had some incredible runs, especially during the qualifiers this year. Here we go, 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see what we're doing.
Yeah, just in through there nicely, Claire. Well done.
This requires a bit of speed.
Dominoes done with ease.
One fallen over, Sam. One fallen over.
Barely looked like she touched them.
Here we go. Perfect. Cool, calm, and collected.
Goes for the skip as well. Good power from Claire.
Good stuff. That's confidence. When you see someone start to go for things like the skips, it shows that they're being confident in their movements, which is really important. especially when you're going to be going into something like stage 2.
Absolutely, and she's even, look at that, one-handed on the spinning bars. That's power and confidence from Claire. Now, she has said the worst obstacle for her is anything involving a punching bag. So, unfortunately, sorry Claire, but there is one coming up, and you're heading toward it at a rapid rate. So, I'm sure you're going to do great.
Exactly. So there is obviously the punching bag coming up, and the punching bag's moving. That's the extra layer of complication right there. And when we see a moving punching bag and someone that doesn't like the punching bag in the first place, it is going to be tricky. But of course, she's already thought about this, and she will have to.
That's right. She's still moving very well here. Still got plenty of time to make a good finish. She just will not want to put a foot on that box until she's got it close enough to the platform to make the jump off. I think she's in there. She's within firing range now. She commits to the box. There we go. Looking powerful. You know, as soon as she's on her hand, she's a lot more comfortable. As we said before, you can tell when ninjas love the upper body obstacles. Claire with the good grips.
Lovely. Come on, Claire.
Let's go, Claire. You've got the time.
Here we go. Here's that
power. This is the one she dreaded, but it looks like she's going to smash it.
Jump onto it.
She's up. It's going.
Come on, Claire. Come on, Claire.
Here we go. This is going to be a finish.
Go, Claire.
From Claire Butterfield, ladies and gentlemen.
This is incredible. 10 seconds on the clock. Come on, Claire.
Yes.
Come on. Yes.
Come on.
Woo. That's amazing. Of course, is that now? I believe that is our first female competitor off the wall.
Possibly.
Did we have one
no,
earlier?
well,
I don't
we
recall.
have. We had Michaela finish, but out of the time limit.
Out of the time limit.
So that was quite unfortunate.
We're going to have to take a look at that leaderboard.
We'll have to look at that. I thought we may have had one more, but look at that, guys. Claire Butterfield through to stage 2. What a performance. She really brought it today.
It's phenomenal. This is pure strength, and we were talking earlier about the whole idea of the power to weight ratio and having extreme strength for a lighter weight, which is absolutely incredible. And you saw it on that launch just there. She got so much momentum so quickly.
That's right. I mean, the only place she really slowed down on this course was on the drum roller. And not much can be done about that. If you need the balance, you need the balance. So she took a bit of time on the drum. Every other obstacle, she was right up there with some of our fastest competitors, which is so impressive from a young athlete.
Yeah, it's very competitive, and also she's an inspiration to all other girls out there, showing that this is not a sport that's just for blokes. This is a sport that anyone can get in and get their hands dirty. And
absolutely, and you know, there's big things coming for Claire Butterfield in her ninja future. I can just tell she's going to take this all the way.
Absolutely, and she's been doing it for a number of years now. But we've got to turn our attention back.
Jackie
back to the
up.
course. This is Jack, and I'm going to give him a big warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jack Anderson to the starting line. Now, Jack is possibly one of the people I train with the most, so I know his style, I know his technique. He's got a lot of pace. Look at that, smoothly through the steps. He's done them before. He's done them on plenty of occasions. Through the dominoes. Okay, we have just seen a reach. He's actually reached right over and lowered his centre of gravity.
Right, so he does have the reach, doesn't he? He's got the span, he's got long arms. How does he go with these spinning bars? Commits to the two-hand approach, which is fine. It's good, it's a safe way to get through.
Good work. Now it's all
cruising here, looking comfortable.
This is something that Jack has been improving on, is his balance aspects. So we've seen him over the years really ripen in this area. Especially, I'm going to bring mention to one of the qualifiers in the earlier season. I believe it was back in 2020. I mean, look at that. You can see the pace on it right there.
Yeah, he's really lent into that beautifully.
It's really strong. Just a bit.
And moving the box faster than I think we've seen most competitors move it today. So very well.
Good position. Here we go. Seeing a three swing, I believe.
He'd commit to the UFO now. Has he got it in the tank? He does.
Not only does he have it in the tank, but he has it easily in the tank. He's absorbed the pressure with his arms.
Caught it beautifully and nice and high with plenty of shock absorbers to lower down with.
And he should know that he has plenty of time on that clock right now.
Cruising home for a finish now. We haven't seen a fail on the boxing bag yet, and I wouldn't expect to see one now from Jack. There we go. Look at that.
Up the wall. Up the wall. What's this?
A 25
second finish. Remaining. That's a fabulous effort. Oh, that is incredible. I feel so happy for him after doing lots of training with him and lots of preparation. We've been nervous together.
You should go give him a big cuddle.
I want to give him a big cuddle. But don't worry, when he gets back here, when he gets back in this
look,
commentating
we'll have
booth,
to
I'm
stir
gonna
him
give
up.
I'll give him a big hug. I mean, that right there is a classic example of someone who has come. I know, he's recovered well as well.
He has.
He's come into the Ninja game. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Jack, Blake, James, and all of those guys. They train down here and they train consistently. They won't skip a session, and they train hard.
Great.
You've got to be serious if you want to train with these guys.
Oh, there's no other way around it. Yeah, you're not. I mean, as a ninja, you have to push the envelope. You have to keep pushing. You have to have people around you who push you. Otherwise, you don't get better.
Exactly right. And the thing you said about having people around you, that is so important. And as you mentioned earlier, it is about that community aspect. But it's not just the community. It's about how much you push each other to be the best version of yourself. When you train around strong competitors, you're going to naturally become a strong competitor.
That's absolutely right, Tom. I mean, ninja is a contagious sport, and I mean, if you are mixing with the best competitors, you are going to become the best competitor. There's no other way around it. And here we go. Up next, we've got Big Trev.
This is going to be one. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Trevor Salter to the starting line. That wasn't on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Trevor Salter to the starting line. Big round of applause.
Speaking of humble competitors, Trevor is one of the nicest guys you'll meet on a ninja course. Very powerful, very strong, very composed, and he does that with ease coming through the steps. Dominoes. Now, there are a lot of jokes going around because he is heavy. They say he's an obstacle course breaker, but Trevor looking very mighty fine through here now.
There we go, look at that. The bungees are difficult, and as you said,
right.
one of our heavier ninjas, they are a bit more difficult because obviously they take the tension.
That's right, end up a lot lower, so he's had to tuck his feet there just to save touching the mat. But, I mean, you can just see it. I mean, you look at the arms. I mean, he's got extreme power, this guy.
It's all muscle.
That's right.
It is all muscle. This guy is all muscle.
And usually with these big guys, you know, they've got a lot of muscle. It takes a lot to oxygenate the muscles, but Trev just goes. He's got a very strong work ethic, and he's got the lungs and the heart to keep up with it. He's a built unit. He's getting the job done, and there's no question about it. He is one of our top competitors. No wonder we're seeing him later in the run order because, you know, he's qualified very strongly this year.
That's absolutely right. You're seeing him move pretty smoothly through the block, giving himself plenty of room for error there, of room for error correction.
Now this is the one with the weight coming down, catching this UFO is a big ask for him, but he's definitely got it. Yeah. Oh, look at that on 2 fingers. He's saved himself with 2 fingers. They must be the strongest 2 fingers in the building, I'd say.
That right there is an example of an inspiration. Someone who can recover from such a near fall, a near falter, is someone who you are going to watch in their ninja career.
That's exactly right, and I think that boxing bag actually cringed a bit when it saw Trev come in. It was scared of him, but he's demolished the course here on stage 1 as he goes through to stage 2. Well done, Trevor.
The crowd's really getting behind Trev as well because obviously he is one of our older competitors. But obviously with age comes the wisdom behind the course.
Well, I'd say with age comes muscle by the look of it, if Trevor's anything to go by. I hope I look like that at his age.
He is one of the biggest blokes I have seen in this gym, and he is doing one of the most incredible efforts.
Absolutely.
Which is absolutely incredible.
That's another thing you don't see with our big competitors is you don't see many big competitors who are nimble, but Trev is extremely light on his feet at times and very nimble as a competitor. That save, as we watch the slow-mo, the veins on his forearms just bulging as he commits to a 2-finger grip on it. I can't believe he's held on to that. That's sensational stuff.
It is. It truly is sensational. And look, Trev is one of those blokes who, if he does stumble, and we did see a bit of a stumble, he'll get back and compose himself because he knows that if he pushes hard enough, he's going to get up that wall.
It's Tex, 6'2", only a young fella Tex, but he's got the height. I'm really excited to see what Tex can do here for us.
Sam, I've seen what this guy is capable of. When he is training, this guy runs through all 3 stages at once.
Wow.
He's 17 years of age.
Goodness.
And not just a top young ninja, a top ninja.
That's
100%.
awesome. And you know what's really good about being 17? You're young, you're energetic, but you also know everything. Do you remember being 17? Like, I knew everything when I was 17.
You have that extra level of arrogance.
That's
about
right.
You haven't failed enough to know enough.
The world is your playground, so why not do ninja?
100%. But we're just about to get into Tex's run here, so let's see how he goes.
Beautiful Tex.
He's got the footwork down.
Yeah.
Here comes the other big one. Whoa, big leap there from Tex. Gotta love to see that.
I love seeing these teenagers picking up the game because, you know, we've seen it in the States. You know, America's had really strong teenagers for quite a while now because they've been doing it longer than us. But it's awesome to see our Australian teenagers really picking up the pace and bringing it to the veterans, you know. And Tex is one of those examples.
Well, yeah, I was talking to Tom about this earlier. Like, imagine in 12 years. This guy's 16. He's got 12 years. When he's 28,
oh, mate.
12 years of Ninja, he's already one of the best. Who knows, like, what this sport is going to become? It's going to become 3 stages of just pure cliffhangers.
Oh, it's going to be ridiculous. You know, it's actually not really fair for us old guys. I mean, I feel like I'm going grey just watching this guy compete.
I mean, 1 minute 13 on the clock here. This guy is setting a great time here.
He is. Oh, he's just the confidence when he flies. You can just see it.
And Sam, the thing I love about this commentary is we haven't even had to analyse his run because we're just so confident.
Well, we haven't had time to, Jack, because he's been so fast. He's put down one of the fastest times of the day.
This might be.
Here he goes. No doubt about it, he was getting up that wall. And wow.
1 minute 8, 52 seconds on the clock. That would have to be one of our smoothest, fastest runs of the day.
Welcome to the next generation of ninjas, guys. That's what we're looking for. That's what the future of ninja looks like. Right there. That's speed, that's confidence, that's power, that's young energy.
Yeah, 100%. I'm in awe of Tex. He's gonna do great things in the future. And seeing him on stage 2, when we're definitely burning the arms a little bit more.
That's right.
It's going to be gold to see him try and power through some of these later obstacles.
One thing about the young competitors is they can train really hard throughout the week and they recover so fast. You know, like for me, for example, mid-30s, I can still train hard, but it takes me a good 2 days to recover after a hard training session. Whereas the young guys in their teenage years, you know, they're training really hard and they're training again the next day.
100%, yeah.
Not only that, they probably go surfing after their training. You know, they go training, then they ride motocross or something like that. They still got heaps in the tank.
And above all else, they don't get injured. Injury is a foreign concept to them. It's further down the line with age. Well, next up, everyone, we have Cody Thomas.
Now, for those of you that don't know Cody, this guy is strong. He's strong and he's quick. He doesn't take his time. He likes to get through things as fast as possible.
Oh, 100%. And I think once he gets off these balance obstacles, he's going to start flying through the back end of this course.
What do you mean once he gets off these balance obstacles? We have just seen pace. We have seen some pace that's been unmatched so far.
Yeah, well, 15 seconds in, he's already 3 obstacles down. That is crazy fast.
Exactly. Now, this is the interesting part right here. See how he gets his arm right over? He's not matching.
He's one-arming him. He's that confident. And to do that in a finals, never seen before.
Let alone stage 1, when you don't even need to. You just need to get to the end.
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
now, we know he's strong in the upper body. Is he strong in the lower body? Let's find out.
This is where we ask this question, and once again, he does have the room to wiggle here from those really fast first 4 obstacles.
100%. Now, he's taking his time. It's great to get adjusted as you're moving through this obstacle.
Certainly cool, calm and collected. He probably hasn't done something like this before. He's obviously done the roller, but doing the block as well. That's a bit more of an interesting one.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, fun fact about Cody Thomas, he actually helped build some of these crazy obstacles that we're seeing here today. So he's got an idea of how to do these late stage obstacles.
He does. I thought we were about to see a one swing just there. I thought we were going to see a one swing.
And I mean, just reading off this guy's resume, finished 11th overall in 2019 and finished 8th overall in 2017. This guy's consistent, he's good, he knows what to do, and you can see him just snatching out stage 1 here.
And
cool,
it's showing.
it
is showing. I mean, look at that. It looks like he hasn't even broken a sweat. Straight up. And beautiful. 25 seconds to go on the clock there. That's going to very much so be a good time going into stage 2, because you want to make sure that you are doing these courses with a pretty decent amount of time remaining. 100%.
And I mean, Cody knows how to be calm and collected. He's done these NCL finals before. He knows how to deal with the nerves, how to make sure that you're not making any mistakes. And you know what? That was just a smooth run. Again, similar to Tex when I was with Sam, I love how we really didn't need to commentate his run too much. We were just so confident there that he was going to finish that.
You did, because when a ninja has not many slip-ups, it actually makes our job a bit more difficult, because you really can't talk about that much. And this is an example of someone who can very gracefully move through a course and do it without much drama.
Yeah, I mean, his 3rd NCL finals, could he be the man to take it out? This could be a really interesting one. I think he's definitely got the potential here. He's got the grip strength coming into stages 2 and 3 when it's really going to matter. And he's through. He's on to stage 2, and he's got that experience that a lot of our newer ninjas don't have. Well, Next up, we have the owner of this gym, Dave Ravi. Well, I think that says it all, Tommy.
It does. This is a man that knows the obstacles. He builds the obstacles.
He designs the obstacles.
He basically is the obstacle.
This guy is the owner and founder of the Ninja Academy here that we are operating in today at Osborne Park. And he is the co-founder of NCL, which is this league. So Dave is so familiar with this competitive format, been doing it for the last 5 years, ever since its inception. And he's got a great run record. I mean, he finished over 11. He's competed in every single event and has the record for the most Stage 1 clears.
Not to mention, he's one of the teachers of some of our young contestants. So he's someone that people are going to be able to look up to. Not only look up to them, but actually get advice from this person in his classes, and that's something that you can really enjoy about a person. And
he has a big focus on technique here, and I think he is familiar with this rolling wheel. So we're going to see how he goes with this one.
Exactly, we have seen it obviously in previous qualifier competitions, but not with the twist at the end. That of course is the block, which you have to push along the floor and then dismount onto, and once you dismount onto that block, you of course have to make that leap of faith. And
you can see the block doesn't move easy. You really got to put your force behind it. It asks a lot of you, but Dave is off, and he is onto the back end of this course, looking into Space Jam here. Is he going to stick this transition?
There you go, and obviously that's our UFO, the second component of Space Jam. He's made the catch easy. He's clearly done it a lot before.
And Tom, here comes my favorite part. Onto the boxing bag. You build up that momentum that Dave's got coming in, and he's going to rush up the small warped wall to the buzzer with 28 seconds left.
That's a competitive time.
That is crazy time.
If he can keep that kind of pace and vigour going into Stage 2, he's going to be competitive. He's going to be able to put out a good show.
I am such a fan of this Stage 1. It is just so exciting. It's so fast paced, and it's so well built. There's no getting stopped or stuck anywhere. Everyone's super smooth. It's super quick, and if you do it right, you get in that 2-minute time. And we just saw Dave there clocking in with 30 seconds left.
But that is all about to change, Jack, when we of course do go on to Stage 2 later this afternoon. Things are going to get harder, and they're going to get harder fast.
Guys, people watching on, stay tuned for Stage 2. I mean, if you want to see some real grueling Ninja Warrior, Stage 2 is where it's going to be at. I mean, Dave has conceived a very, very difficult Stage 2.
He has.
It's designed to take out the best of the best and only leave a few people remaining, I think.
Exactly, and of course we're going to see these obstacles which are never been seen before. We can't introduce them just yet because that's a surprise for a bit later. But obviously you can see them all around, and they are tough. These are very tough obstacles. We've seen a couple of them previously, but they have little twists to them. Any that we have seen have been customized to make them that bit harder. Basically
customized for pain and for grip strength burning.
That's right. So not only are they going to be difficult, but they're also going to take out probably even some of our strongest competitors. So we'll see what happens in that respect. We've obviously got a couple more to go now. We're on to our final 4, and this is a man here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Matt Bowles.
And Tommy, you can see the crowd building over there.
Pay attention to this man. This is one of your strongest competitors. He's going to go through it fast.
This guy is one of the best in the business. He is going to fly through this course. He's known for his speed, and you can just see 5 seconds in, and he's already 3 obstacles down.
Look at that, straight for the skip. He won't take time in between on those transitions. He's going to go straight through, like right here, straight onto those barrels.
And Tommy, I think he's one of the favourites. He's one of the people that is going to go all the way here.
Absolutely. He is one of the favourites. He always has been one of the favourites. He just has that underlying strength, obviously, as a calisthenics athlete. If you come down to the gym or go to the gym where he currently trains, you'll see him do some absolutely phenomenal moves, and it's given so much strength.
100%. This is his 5th finals here, and you can just see the confidence coming through it. He's got an ease about his approach.
He most certainly does. Coming onto the UFO, grabs it like a burger right there.
100%.
Perfectly done. Straight onto the boxing bag.
And he's going to be flying through here.
He is still a minute remaining on the clock coming in.
Last year, he clocked a sub a near sub-minute time, and again, he's going to clock a near sub-minute time. What a phenomenal effort by Matthew Bowles. 56 seconds remaining on the clock.
And it is our top time, I believe, from today. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I am pretty confident that that would be our top time. That was crazy fast. And when you're watching it on the screen, it's so hard to conceive how fast he's going.
It is, yes.
1 minute to get through all those obstacles is just crazy.
And the point where you can tell that he has made the pace up is in between the transitions. When you look on the actual platform in between each obstacle stage, you've got an amount of resting time, which a lot of athletes take. You will not see that with Matt. You'll not see him take that rest break unless it is so much required.
Necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see him on stage 2. Super just confident. And I think he's going to carry that confidence into stage 2.
It's there. The confidence is definitely there.
Yeah, he's just got to carry it through and really do some wonders here. But I mean, there's a few other competitors that are going to be looking to take out Matt's time. I mean, that was a fantastic, almost near unbeatable time. But looking at the last 3 on the run sheet, these guys mean business.
They do. They're, of course, our top 3. They're going to be doing exceptional times. So we've got Stephen, Chris, and Cameron coming up. We have obviously had the honour to see these blokes compete. They are fierce. They're fast, and honestly, they're a force to be reckoned with. Really,
some of the best in Australia, 100%. They all train super hard, and then they show up and they do it. They're veterans at this sport. They're quite experienced. We've got 2 of them making their debuts, but honestly, based on the quality of how good they are, it feels like they've been training the sport forever and that they've been competing forever. They're all so comfortable, they're so quick, and we're going to see that in action. And I am just so excited to see them go and crush this stage 1 course.
The fact that you can debut so high on a ladder is absolutely spectacular. I mean, obviously, we have Cameron first on the ladder at the end of our 2020-2021 season.
100%.
But taking the attention away from that now, we've got Stephen.
Next up, we have Stephen Bateman.
Now, Stephen is incredible strength. Like, when you think strength, you think Stephen.
100%.
Oh, it was close.
We almost had an early exit there on the Sonic steps, but he's recovered.
And recovered nicely straight through the second component.
That was very smooth. That was awesome. And now we're seeing the strength come out. This is where it's no worries for Stephen.
Straight on. Once again, it's not necessarily about super speed in this stage of the obstacle because you're not competing against other times. You're just trying to get that place in stage 2.
And above all else, Stephen's a smart competitor. He doesn't rush himself. He doesn't go too fast. He just is consistent and puts on a great time every single time. And
consistency is key, especially when you've got stage 1 and you've obviously got the nerves of being your first obstacles of the day. You haven't been able to try any obstacles yet. It's so important to have that consistency that runs through your course runs from day to day when you're in practice, when you're on the course during the actual competition. You've really got to have that experience there.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, fun fact about Stephen. So he's a border enforce officer, which is pretty cool. So he works at the airport, which is awesome. All about enforcing and keeping our borders safe and making sure nothing gets through. And he designs his own obstacles at home. You can see that being put into practice here. This guy's got his own ninja obstacles at home, which some of our ninjas do. And it pays off. They're able to train at home, be efficient. And you can see with 35 seconds on the clock here, Stephen is going to clock a great time.
A great time. I mean, look at that. He's made it up there very efficient. A quick whoop from Stephen there. That's good. It's always a good sign to get through stage 1.
You got to love it. And
you most certainly do, Jack.
They just have this sense of ease about this whole course, and they just make the things that are difficult feel super easy.
They do. I agree with that one. Yeah, and actually we're going to see that especially coming up with our next competitors. It's going to be interesting.
So yeah, Tommy, looking down at stage 2, how excited are you?
I thought you were about to say looking down the barrel of the gun at stage 2 because yeah, no, it certainly is. It certainly is a difficult one. We're seeing these obstacles in front of us right now. And you're going to obviously have the pleasure of finding out about them later on this afternoon. They look difficult.
They do. And I am beyond excited to see these guys tackle the course. And I think a lot of the ninjas watching on the live stream and watching from home are eager to look at stage 2, stage 3, see what could have been for them. And I'm sure they're going to be super excited to come back next year and tackle this course with us. Because That's the best part about this sport, is it's not ninja versus ninja so much, it's ninja versus the course. Everyone's just trying to figure out, how can I beat it, rather than how can I beat everyone else.
Exactly right. Because at the end of the day, that is the most important part. If you work together to get through this obstacle, if you finish your run, you know you've done something wrong and you know something is going to be there that could stuff someone else up, you're going straight to that person saying, hey,
this is how I approached it.
Exactly. And you've got to help people out like that.
It's rare in a community of sport, like especially in a competitive community. Usually you get people that don't want to help each other too much. It's all winning and losing. Whereas here, it's you win against the course or you lose against the course.
Exactly.
That's what it's about. It's about pushing yourself rather than pushing other people. And someone who pushes themselves is this man.
Oh, here we go.
Introducing one of our local legends, Chris Keswick.
A quick for Asgard there, I'd like to mention that. Mr. Marvel, we'll call him.
100%. Mr. Marvel has appeared at his 5th NCL final, so he's appeared at every single one. He goes to almost every single qualifier out there, and that's why he's seeded 2nd.
He is now, what we got to be careful with Chris is he is a very quick athlete. He moves through the courses very quickly, but what he needs to make sure of is that he doesn't rush it too much.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's taking a very cautious approach here.
Is.
He looks so calm on this course. And speaking, he has his own backyard obstacles as well. Chris builds them and likes to train on those and find a good balance between here and his own gym. And it pays off. That's why he's so good at what he does.
I've actually personally had the pleasure of going and trying his obstacles at one point. They are amazing, and you can see why he's been given this amazing skill that he has, because he can train from the comfort of his own home. And he can train efficiently, which is amazing. And we're seeing him come on right now to the balance component, the balance pusher, and he's getting to the block with a good amount of time.
And I tell you what we're seeing here. We're seeing consistency. Chris is known for attending every single NCL qualifier in WA this year, over the last 2 years, including Albany. He drove all the way up to Albany just to be on this comp.
He did.
And let's see him stick it. Yes, he
Perfect.
does.
And you're seeing those noises right there. That's one thing I'll always remember about Chris. He makes a bit of noise when he's doing his obstacles.
And it's the passion, it's the heart, it's the confidence that he's going with here on this course. And we can see, with 30 seconds left on the clock, he's going to cruise through.
Come on, Chris.
He's going to carry that momentum, and he's going to be straight up the warped wall.
That is lovely effort, and he's made it look very effortless as well.
And I wish he had his Thor hammer up there right now.
If he had his Thor hammer, that would be a complete package right there.
That might be for stage 2, everyone. Stay tuned. Chris Keswick, what a great run. Tommy, I don't want to build up the hype here, but we are down to our last competitor, Cameron Reading.
We are seeing him now.
Everybody, our final stage 1 competitor, our top seeded competitor, Cameron Reading.
We've seen this guy. We've seen this guy compete and do phenomenally. And we're about to see a potential a record pace from him. You never know. It can happen, but there is also the potential for stumbles when you've got that pressure on your shoulders.
100%. Cam is a heavy-duty diesel mechanic, so he's got that strength, got that forearm grip from operating all the heavy machinery all day. This guy is so quick. He's had 3 buzzers this season, believe it or not, which is just insane. And he has set some top times. This guy is in contention with Matt Bowles when it comes to this course.
Coming through the spinning bars, you can see his bicep strength there with the lock off. That's something that's going to prove very useful coming into stage 2 as well.
Can he pull off the balance? This is the big question here. Can he pull off the rolling wheel?
Here we go. Cool, calm, and collected. We've seen that with some of our top competitors. And Cam is no different in this respect. He's moving through it nicely at a nice pace.
Yeah, well, Cam's had a big year. He became a father earlier this year, which is super exciting. And he still has time to train Ninja.
Amazing news. That was amazing news to the Ninja community. Hopefully a younger Ninja's going to be coming up.
Gets Cam's genetics and starts flying through the course. A better Cam, potentially, we could be having in the future.
Wouldn't that be incredible? If you even have part of Cam's genetics, that is very lucky.
Well, Cam's looking so smooth here. I mean, coming through Space Jam, no problems whatsoever. And now the punch and pull. We are seeing for the final time, and our final competitor is going to make it up the warped wall with 30 seconds to go. This is amazing.
Perfect effort there. That is an incredibly strong performance by Cam.
And what a great way to end stage 1.
It is a fabulous way to end stage 1.
I mean, Cam is one of the best, and he's showing us why.
He most certainly is.
What a great effort from Cam there. I mean, it was smooth all the way through the run. We can see here, all through the upper body stuff, even through the balance and the lower body obstacles. He was still in such good control, so calm, so collected.
He's done an amazing effort, and of course that does bring us to the close of stage 1. We have seen some phenomenal runs. We've seen a lot of buzzers and really strong contenders. It's going to be interesting to see how stage 2 pans out, but everybody stay tuned. Stage 2 is coming up at 1 p.m, and that's going to be a great amount of fun.
Well, Tommy, what a great day that has been so far. I mean, we've just seen stage 1. We've seen 31 out of 42 competitors come through this stage. This has been the highest yield of success rate that we've ever had in NCL history, and I think we can attribute it to the fact that it's been 2 years since the comp. Everyone's so eager to get on the course.
Not only is everyone eager to get on the course, we've also seen really strong competitive spirit today. We've also been seeing, well, obviously when your people fall, you manage to get up there, you give them all of the support you can, which once again is what makes this community so strong. Also, we've had a number of buzzers.
100%.
We've had some underdog time setters. I'd like to really talk about the younger people, of course.
I am super excited to see those guys come through to stage 2. Stage 2 is going to be crazy. Dave and Mark have set a course that has never been seen before. It is going to be awesome. So stay tuned, everyone, and we will be back with stage 2 very soon.
Thank you very much.